Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob, and I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight as we play Curse of Strahd. We're back with Tim, Andrew, Stefano, Michelle, and of course our esteemed guest, Jordan, or Flutes Loot. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, man. Last game ended on such a cliffhanger. We are surrounded by some creatures. We've got a lot going on, but first, some announcements. Do you know what tomorrow is, everybody?
Viral.
Sorry again. What was that, Stefano?
Viral.
Viral. How did you know?
Because I've been checking out all those posts of the
All the
characters
posts.
with
I've
their
been watching
AI art.
I've been watching the trailer every day and getting really excited.
Oh, that's so awesome. Every day. I do recommend at least once a day. That's good. Yeah, viral. Tomorrow. Call of Cthulhu. You can see I've got the tome here. The Keeper's handbook here. It's tomorrow. It starts at 8:30 Eastern. I've been posting every day since this weekend about all the characters because we made characters last week. We did it off camera. It's the kind of module and discussions we had to have that I think wouldn't have been as good for a traditional session 0. So we did it off camera. We made the crew, and they're a team of YouTube ghost hunters that are going to go and explore a ruined hospital or abandoned hospital in Italy. So we're going international with this. And it's going to start tomorrow. The crew are horrible, horrible people, terrible grifters, and you should definitely watch to see how they die. I mean, how they survive this horrific encounter with cosmic beings. And the coolest thing about it is it's a modern scenario. So if you're like, I have no idea, but Call of Cthulhu, I don't know, it seems like old-timey and weird. It's not. It's set in current day, so it's going to be different. I think you'll be relatable, and if you're a fan of RPGs and D&D, I think you will enjoy this live play. And that's tomorrow. So we've been looking at social media. You can see all the posts about the characters. All the links are down below. Also, we've got a whole playlist full of other new games. We've got playlists for Call of Cthulhu. We've got Shadow Dark. We've got Star Trek Adventures. The whole ton. I can't even think of them all right now. Too many to speak of that we did in 2023. So check those out. And really excited to jump into Call of Cthulhu once again. All right, so now for us, of course, before we dive into our Curse of Strahd thing, we like to learn a little bit more about our panel as we go along. I mean, we're 15 episodes now?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, long time. We like to learn about all of you, and especially Jordan. We've only had you for 2 sessions so far. We want to learn about everybody. So today, we were jumping on. It was Michelle and I first in the Zoom. We were talking about getting old. In fact, I didn't tell you this, Michelle. The other day, I was giving my kids a bath, and just standing like kind of near the tub, doing the washing with the shower head, right? Just rinsing them off. Wasn't doing anything. Literally nothing. Exerting no energy. Not doing anything crazy, and something popped in like the back of my leg, like my knee. Like I felt it all throughout my body. I almost fell over. My son was like, "Are you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." But for no reason, my leg just like gave out, felt numb. I don't know what that is. If anybody's a doctor out there, let me know, please. I have no idea what's going on. Should I see a doctor? Should I go to the hospital? But that's the price of getting old, right? Things just start to not work. What's something that sucks about getting old? Tell me.
I got one. I've been ready for this my whole
Andrew's
life.
ready.
I have so many. Can I go first?
Andrew, are you the oldest on this panel? I don't want to share
Uh,
anybody's age if you don't want to, but you might be.
Is there anyone older than 40?
Nope.
Okay, then I'm the
You
oldest.
win. You win.
Highest
But young at
initiative.
heart. Young at heart, and I'm going to tell you why I'm young at heart. Because I was in Belgium, in Brussels once. We went to a chocolate making place because Brussels was one of the first places that made chocolate in Europe. And the guy was telling us that like chocolate is like the journey through life, because when you're young, you like sweet things because your taste buds are new and fresh. So you like white chocolate because it's super sweet. And then as you mature and become a man, you like white
Milk?
chocolate. I'm sorry,
Oh.
you like milk chocolate because it's not too sweet, it's milky, it's delicious. But then as you get older and your taste buds continue to die off and get wrecked, you end up liking dark chocolate. and you're like, oh, I like the dark chocolate in my cup of tea.
I just
And
love how
that's
you
how you
said your
know
taste
the
buds
end
get
is near.
old, die, and get wrecked.
Yeah, right.
They get
Not
wrecked.
necessarily in that order. So I still
Okay,
like milk chocolate, so I'm okay.
Okay, I was gonna say so.
Oh,
So your taste
sweet.
buds have changed, and that's something that is that's different. I guess that sucks. What about the rest of you?
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it have to be something that sucks when you get older, or just something that's changed when you
You know
get
what?
older?
I'd love to hear the positive side of it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with liking dark chocolate. I mean, as long as you like it.
Yes, there is.
Well,
It's
I
disgusting.
I like dark chocolate, so you know,
Ah, you're older than
apparently
me.
I'm the one that's
Yeah, biologically.
screwed.
Tell me
But
the good thing here. Go ahead.
well, it's not really a good thing. It's just something that changes when you're older.
All right. Well, tell me.
So, my preferred social hours have
Oh.
changed for sure.
That's a good one.
So again,
Mhm.
when I was in college and it's like 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock is like pre-gaming time. And going out, like if you go out before 11, like you're a tool. Like 11 is when the night starts. Way back when, at least for me, when I was in college. And that's certainly not something that I do anymore. My
man.
preferred social hangout hours at this point are about 3:30 to 6 o'clock.
It's sad,
Afternoon
isn't
tea.
it? It's
Once
sad.
it hits 6 o'clock, I'm like, all right, well, I hung out with some people for a couple hours. That's great. Time to go home.
You do the old knee slap. Well,
I feel like that's got to be a constant. The social hour thing. It's oof, my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
man.
just I prefer to do something else and not do something social at all.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
Tim's like, what are you old people talking about?
Yeah, I'm the youngest one here, so I don't have a whole lot to add. Maybe I'm with you. Like, my body hurts all the time. You know, I try to live a pretty active lifestyle, skiing and swimming and everything else, and suddenly you wake up and you're like, "Wow, my back hurts from sleeping." That's a strange way to wake up.
Oh, dude, sleeping is like one of the most dangerous things I can do.
And don't get me
It's-
wrong, I will still double down on sleep if I can day off, I'll sleep like 15 hours. But I wake up, I'm like, huh, doesn't feel
Yeah.
quite right.
Listen, I'm a thrill seeker. I'll sleep for 10 hours if I'm allowed to.
Oh, 100%.
Never
100%.
happens, but damn. It's Tim, and Tim, you're the young one.
This body gets given out on me. You know, it's had a really good run. I've gotten my miles out of it for sure.
What about you, Michelle and Jordan?
Me, it's my knees. They're just always aching. I once had a weight room accident where
Oh.
about 200 pounds of iron fell down on my knees.
What?
And I've still got like I can kind of feel like if I feel my kneecaps, there's like little gummy spots that are like softer.
Oh, that's not good.
But I just went to a knee doctor and they said everything seems fine to just do some physical therapy and strengthen them up. And I'm like, okay. So they just keep hurting.
Wow.
But yeah, that's me.
So it like a bar of weights fell on you.
So this is what happened. So this was in high school. I was a cheerleader and we went to the weight room to do some weights. And I was new to using weight rooms. And one of the girls, she saw me doing an inclined leg press where you kind of sit like up at like a 45-degree angle and you use your legs and press upward. And I was pretty confident in my leg strength, so I put on a lot of weight. And I was like, just doing like do. But I wasn't like, but it would hit a point where it would stop, and I would just push back up. And so she walked by and she's like, "Oh, you got to unlock it."
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, what are you talking about? Like, what am I doing wrong? And she's like, you got to unlock it. Like those little things on the side there. So I put my feet down and I'm like, I sit up and I'm like, looking like, what are you talking about? And I just like unlocked the things. I wasn't like thinking about it. I was just like doing what she said.
Oh.
And so all the weight just down on my knees.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I think that's what I said. I think I verbatim said, "Ah, get it off me. This is the worst pain ever."
Yeah, that's really bad.
He just screamed out, Strahd!
Strahd, yeah. Yeah, she was in
Yeah, I
league.
saw the future and just yelled Strahd.
Oh my
But
Right.
that's something else. That's something else that changes as you get older. Actually, you don't have kneecaps when you're a young kid. You
Wait,
grow
what?
kneecaps. Yeah, you don't have kneecaps when you're like a young child.
How young? Wait,
What? I mean,
I forget, like 2, 3. No
Wait,
Who
kneecaps.
got her
hold
kids,
on.
Bob? I don't believe that. No way.
hold on. I
Yeah,
have
they're
children.
cartilage. They're not bone yet. The bone
I
hasn't
have
formed.
children. They didn't have kneecaps when they were born.
Look it up. Look it
Go
up.
get one.
Pre-
Go get one of your kids. Check.
I believe
Yeah.
it. How could you crawl around that much with kneecaps?
Mhm.
How can you crawl around without kneecaps?
Just
Put
it's
your
blowing
legs
your
just
mind,
like
right?
into the
Hug
carpet.
your
Yeah,
legs.
are you like Gumby?
Yeah.
What?
Harry Potter in the second book, just flapping all over.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. And I have children. They are older than that now, so they went through that then.
Yeah, I forget the age they're like fully formed.
Oh my god, I'm
But
learning.
yeah, look it
a
up.
lot
And
today.
if they're still young enough, you give them a poke.
Andrew's going around to kids and be like, "Here, let me see your knees." Bam, bam, bam.
How developed are your knees?
Does that hurt? No, because you don't have kneecaps.
nice and gummy.
Oh, Jordan. Well, that's a tragic tale. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that makes me feel painful.
Were you like in a wheelchair after that, or the crutches? What'd you have to do?
No, I don't think I even used crutches. I think I just bore the burden, but I couldn't walk straight. And I had a blind date like that night, and I was just like,
Oh, that's great. A good first impression, right?
yep.
There you go. Oh my god. You
Was
just
there a
rubbed some
second
dirt on it.
date?
There was not a second date.
There
The
we
first
go.
date was seeing, I think it was Spider-Man 2 or 3.
Oh, thank God you could sit
And-
down.
Nice.
No, that's the problem. I sat down so long that my knees stiffened up, and then when I stand up, I can't walk.
Oh my god.
And so then we went to go play pool afterwards, and I'm like going around with like the stick, like,
Oh.
yeah. But beforehand, I'd kind of like once my knees like kind of like got in a rhythm, they were okay. But if I sat down too long, it was like starting all over, and so the movie just killed me.
Damn, tragedy. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but it was
No.
a great answer to the question.
Yeah.
Michelle, last one here. Brighten our day. Go ahead. Tell us
Oh,
what's changed about getting old,
brighten your day.
or make it worse. Bring us into that depression. Go ahead.
Well, I guess one thing I've noticed is that just like so when I was a kid, I'd always hear the old people, the normal aged adults
Right, the
being
30-year-olds.
like, yeah, it's us now. But when I was a kid, I was like, oh man, old people always talking about how they're tired. Shh, please, please, there's time. We got energy. Let's go do things. And now I'm one of the old people, and I'm like, dude, I'm always tired. Like, I don't know how this happens, but like I wake up and I'm a little tired, and I just get more tired as the day progresses. And yeah, no, I wish I could go back in time and be like, damn, kid self, you're being unnecessarily rude right now. But yeah, just tired all the time.
It does feel like chronic fatigue is like a thing. Like no matter what, you could sleep 8 hours, you're tired. It doesn't matter.
100%. Yeah.
Well,
So I think that's like my primary change in getting older. Sorry, that wasn't very spirit lifting.
That's okay. That's okay, because you know who never tires? Strahd.
God.
Yeah, Strahd.
That guy.
So-
The people in Barovia are always freaking tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't seem tired.
Right. Things could be worse. People in Barovia, I feel like they walk around always like they've dropped 200 pounds of weight on their knees. So that's that. All right.
Too
So
Too soon.
too soon. Too soon. Strahd, we are going to dive back in. Last time we played, you went to the Wizard of the Wines. You had a couple other interesting things happen before that, actually. I should say, Irina, you came home to the house, and Irina was gone. She had took Micah, who's now like a bright little 4 or 5-year-old, to the doctor because he had a vomiting fit, and she got some medicine, some herbal remedies for him, and he seems to be okay. And there was a heartwarming scene between Rufus and Irina talking about trusting her that she'll be okay on her own. While the group goes to the Wizard of the Wines, gets this very important mission that could not have been stopped.
Got a quick question. Does
Tim.
Micah have kneecaps yet?
Micah, he's 5, so I assume, yeah,
Okay,
full on kneecaps.
got it.
And so yeah, I mean, like
Man.
you, what's that?
He's a man already.
He's a
Yeah.
man. Mazel tov, Micah.
He's an old man.
His knees have been bar mitzvahed.
If only Micah could remember what his life was like, maybe he'd tell you about his bar mitzvah. But he's still young and he's making new memories, it seems. But Irina said that she would be fine with him. They were fine all the last few days in the house and to go. But to be back soon as you can, because, you know, they've got to figure out what's going on with these bones of St. Angelo, because until this place seems like a safe haven, Irina really can't stay here. So, or at least permanently. Casimir joined the group and headed towards the Wizard of the Wines. And as you've entered the vineyard area, you noticed one thing. It was rather quiet. Nobody was there. Evgeny and Zoldar said that typically anytime they've been here, the Martikovs, who own the vineyard, have come out to meet them. They've made exchanges with them, offered to provide wine. Nothing. As you approach the actual the manor, these creatures from the ground and from the fields rose up. These needle blights, tree blights came after you in a big swarm, hundreds of them out in the fields surrounding the area. And the rest of you ran into cover to get away from them in the vineyard. And that's where we left. So we're going to jump into our grayscale. You all ready for this?
Do it.
No, 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 no.
You like that, huh?
Perfect.
Love
All
it.
right. Here we go. Let's see if I can. All right, and as always, let me know about the volume on these things. I always feel like I'm hearing it differently every time, so just let me know. All right, and I think I'm just gonna write to roll 20, right? Because we're there.
There.
Here we are.
Ah.
We're in grayscale now. All right, so the last time we played, you just ran right into the docking bay. That's where you were. There was a wagon there that looks like it might have had wine about to fill it or maybe partially filled, and that's where we're going to head to.
I thought we heard footsteps.
You did hear footsteps, yes. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Ah! Footsteps!
Face at the window.
Come on now. Let me put this here.
Let him cook. Thanks, Tim.
I got you.
There it
Let
is.
the man cook.
Okay. Let me cook. All right, so I think you're here. Yeah, perfect. So we don't have to go in initiative order here, but as you went into this docking bay, you looked out the window and you saw that the field now full of these twig and needle and tree blights, they're just kind of milling about, standing roughly in the same spots that they were, but they seem to be not approaching the manor. And we'll take it to you. Crew, what do you want to do? Evgeny and Zoldar said they heard footsteps coming from beyond the open doors.
Take out
So
my
the-
short swords. Shing.
I believe you don't have to worry about, I'd say whatever you had out, because you just fought a little bit, so you probably had whatever weapons you
Oh.
want. Gather yourselves, you don't have to worry about that. Just tell me what you want to do. Where do you want to go?
I think we should go to the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Move your tokens where you'd like to go. There is a closed door right here, which I think you see the door icon. And then there's
Yeah.
an open door to the south of, I think this is Zoldar.
Are the
Oh.
steps coming more from like the open door direction? Are we able
Correct.
to tell?
Yep, that's
Yes,
where he heard it
okay.
from. Hmm.
Got it.
As we're filing through, do we have a marching order we want to go in? I'm happy to stay in the back, trust me. But I don't want to take anyone else's spot in the back.
I'll push ahead. I'll go first.
All right, back it is.
All right, so
Sounds-
Canas is going to step through. And
Yeah.
anyone behind him, Rufus, Dione. I see
Yeah, I'll go
Casimir, you
second.
put yourself in the back as well.
Just kind of say, Davian, is that you?
There's no response.
Did the footsteps stop?
Yeah, probably didn't hear them. I think if Zoldar said he heard them.
Oh, got it.
Mhm.
I'll just.
Perhaps we should go to the front door.
I'm gonna peek into this room over here.
This is a fermentation room. You can see these large vats, and the rich smell of fermenting wine fills this large 2-story chamber, which is dominated by 4 enormous wooden casks. Excuse me, did I say caskets? Ooh,
Yeah.
foreshadowing. Look at that. A wooden staircase in the center of the room climbs to a 10-foot-high balcony that clings to the south wall, which has 4 windows set into it at balcony level. Stacked against the underneath of the balcony are old, empty barrels with the Wizards of Wines burned into their sides. The balcony climbs another 5 feet as it continues along the west and east walls, ending at doors leading to the winery's upper level. Underneath these side balconies are several doors, which some hang open. Beneath the sloping roof, you can see stretching thick rafters upon which scores of ravens have quietly gathered. They watch
Boy.
you, seemingly with great interest.
They're indoors, the ravens. Well, they're on like the.
Yes,
Oh.
on the rafters, exactly. Mhm.
Oh well. What's the deal with these ravens? What is the like Strahd's watch people or something?
It is possible.
That's what I'm assuming.
Remember that one?
He does
remember
have
that-
many spies.
Mm.
Which one of
Uh,
us did the raven fly into when we were at the Hab, just before we went to the Hags?
That was me.
That was a strange occurrence.
That was kind of weird.
What happened with the raven?
A raven. We were just traveling, and then all of a sudden, a raven kind of like attacked me out of nowhere.
That is odd.
It was very strange, and it
It's
wasn't
almost
this raven. And I gestured at Yune. I'm gonna check out these casks. I'm assuming they're very large, and I can't see into them.
So they're large enough that you would to like get into them. You would need to see. You need to go up to that balcony to see into them. You look like you could if you go up there, but yes, from standing on this level, they're probably like 10 feet high in the air. Now, they're only, I would say, annoying thing about this map is that it's one of those split level maps. So like you're seeing ground floor. So like you see where the
Okay.
barrels on the southern wall are. That's
Yes.
only really visible to you right now. The dotted lines that you see would be the balcony above it.
I
okay.
see.
So just to make things easier, I'm probably going to keep us on this map for right now instead of being like popping up to different places of the map. But just know there's a balcony that's going along this. And actually, I'll just draw it out with a pen a little bit better. So there's like a balcony like here. This dotted line is the peripheral or the perimeter.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can go over this line. This line is
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
passable
got it.
because
Oh,
What
I
are these
see.
things here? Is that a door?
that's a door. Yeah, There's doors all
These
along
guys.
this. So I think you see.
Okay.
Do you see the door buttons, or is that just me?
Yeah, I can see the door buttons.
Okay, that was a new
Listen.
feature Roll20 added, so you can see door buttons.
I like
I would
it.
just hesitate that you press the door,
Okay, yeah,
unless
I-
you're actually going to open it.
Okay, got it.
I understand.
Yeah.
Uh, Well, can I just make a perception check to see if I hear anything coming from this room?
Certainly, yeah. You can look around. You don't have to make a check. What do you want to do?
Well, I want to see if I can pinpoint the direction of those footsteps or if they have stopped.
Gotcha. You may give me a perception check to listen,
Oh wait,
or
I
to
have
look or to look around for a figure.
I have disadvantage.
That's right, because you have. Ooh.
It's
Well, I
not
still
bad.
got a 14.
That's not terrible, Stefano. That's not terrible. Okay. You believe you hear footsteps coming from up top on the balcony.
Okay. Well, that's where I was gonna go.
What about the rest of you? As Stefano starts, or Canas starts to look around the room and listen and scan the area. What do you do?
I want to secure this area for the group, so I want to go and check out what's down here.
Sure. And that's a good point. There's what looks like a spiral staircase that leads up, like almost like a tower would, up towards the second floor. From your vantage point here, you can see outside through a window and see that there's more of those creatures still lurking. It looks like there's also some sort of an attachment to this place. You could see another staircase that might enter into the same part of the building. Any questions?
I'm gonna slowly, while the other group acts, I'm gonna slowly start ascent. The stairs only go up, I believe, right? Not down.
The stairs go up, correct.
I'm gonna start ascending.
I apologize.
Oh.
No, they do not. They actually go up and down, I believe.
Okay.
This is yeah. The turret is a sloping wooden floor, actually, that spirals both up and down. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll just come. I'll say it looks safe this way, and I'll come into the main wine room, see what other people do. I don't want to. I can't really secure an area if I can't secure up and down.
It does go up and down, yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you come back into the room. Dione, what about you?
I guess I'll look first, like, back over my shoulder at the doors where we came in. Is that just, like, wide open, or are those doors shut?
The doors that you came in from? The one, like, like the...
Up north.
That's like an open docking bay. It doesn't seem like there is really doors. Maybe a gate or something like that would keep the wheel, the wagon in, but no like open door. The doors that seal it from the outside are where you're located right now.
Gotcha. Okay. So nothing to secure back there. Then yeah, I will also step into this room. And I guess hearing that the sound is coming from up on the balcony, I'm going to maybe start taking out like a grappling hook from my pack.
Sure.
As well as like a length of rope.
Okay. So you take out your grappling hook and the rope, and you enter into the room. You're still staying underneath the balcony, though.
Yes, for now.
Okay, great. Let's go to who's next there. Tim, what is Laurent doing?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay at the seeing everyone else kind of get ready to search the balcony. I'm gonna stay at the kind of base of the spiral staircase in case they somehow. It's unclear if the spiral staircase leads to that balcony, so I'm gonna stay here for now and make sure I hold down the fort.
Okay, great. And for our NPCs, we'll start with Jordan. What is Casimir doing?
Casimir's just following up the rear, keeping an eye on things.
Okay. And Evgeny and Zoldar will say, Zoldar says to you all, do you see anyone? Davian. I heard footsteps, I'm certain of it.
We don't see anyone yet.
He takes out his bow and he starts to enter the room cautiously. So does Evgeny. Evgeny says, he says at the door, and he's looking towards the docking bay, making sure nothing comes behind you.
Does he open this door?
Would you like to open something?
Well, I'm assuming he just went through this other door.
Yeah, he comes right there. Yeah. So, Stefano, you had a 16 on your perception check. You heard something moving above on the balcony. And it's at this point that the balcony creaks, drawing your eye to a wild-looking figure. This figure is hunched over the westernmost cask. And you could see that it looks like this person it's a woman who is wearing a gown made of animal skins and a headdress with goat horns on it. Her hair is long and unkempt. And suddenly, you see something skittering across the floor. It looks like a tiny creature made of twigs, similar to the ones outside. Let's roll initiative.
Oh.
Boy.
Before you do that, just let me clear the initiative. Okay, and you should be able to just simply click your token and then initiative, and we should be good to go. Okay. How we doing here? Popping up? I see it. Yeah,
everyone's
good,
there.
good, good, excellent. All right, so to start us off here, we've got. Let's put this in order. Rufus with a hot 20. Sweet. Dione with a 15. Laurent 14. Canas 12. Casimir 5. And I'll roll our good friends Evgeny and Zoldar in just a moment. What about oh no, you would have Yune's. What's Yune's situation right now?
Yune was. I said Yune was on my shoulder. If I could just move her.
Sure. As Raven form or invisible?
Still a Raven.
Still a Raven? Okay. And let's see what we got for our friends here. Oh, this is not scrolling. Here we go. So they're going at an 11. So we'll go. Evgeny and Zoldar will go at 11. All right. So let's start with you, Rufus.
So we just see this old woman, right?
Yeah. Well, Stefano was able to basically beat her stealth check. So Stefano was able to see her, and she removed herself, and Stefano called her out, or Canas called her out, basically pointed your attention to her. And she looks as though she's got creatures with her, and they're on the floor level, or at least they were skittering around the vats. You don't see them just yet.
Well, I'll move. 5, 10. She's on the floor level, did you say? 15.
Oh, no, she's on the balcony level, the westernmost vat. I'll put her on the... I forgot to put her on the token here. There you go.
So I'll do a normal move, and I'll take the dodge action, and I'll call out to her and say, "Lady, I am Rufus, Gwaindire. What are you doing here? Have you seen the proprietor, Davian?"
She doesn't seem to answer, but she speaks in a language that it doesn't sound like she's speaking back to you. It seems like she's mumbling something to herself. What languages do you speak?
Common. And
you know what?
That's a good
Change
question.
this.
Elvish, I think.
Might be easier. Does anybody speak Druidic?
No.
No.
Okay. So it sounds like she's speaking some Druish language.
British princess.
Druish princess, yeah. You call out. She seems to be mumbling to herself. Anything else, Rufus, or are you good there?
I'm taking a dodge action.
Dodge action. Okay, perfect. Let's go to Michelle.
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't like the look of this lady. She's weird. And some twig things spawned out of her. Also don't like that. I'm going to take this grappling hook that I've been preparing. I'm going to try and toss it. I presume the balcony has some sort of fence or something around the edge of it.
Yeah, railing, something. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going to, if you'll allow it within an action, I'd like to put my grappling hook up there, catch it up there, and then and then climb up and see if I can swing myself into that empty cask, the fourth one.
Give me an athletics check and let's see if you can climb up there. Yeah.
How's an 18?
Certainly. You scurry yourself up to the empty cask. Go ahead.
All right, sweet. So I'm in there, guys. I'm in there.
All right. So
You're in the cask.
I'm in the cask.
can you give me let's say, well, I'm going to describe what you see. So you get up there, and as you're about to pull yourself up and get into the cask, you realize, oh my God, this thing's filled with those twig creatures. So if you want to retcon that and change or climb back out, maybe we'll do, if you give me a dexterity save, if you could do a passive, a DC 10, you can refrain from jumping yourself into the barrel with all these creatures.
Wow, so generous. Thank you, magnanimous DM.
Give me a dex save of 10.
Sure.
Or a rogue.
Yeah,
There you go.
okay, we have
Yeah.
a 13.
All right, so you're perched on top, and you can see that this thing is filled with these creatures. I'll move their tokens there just now.
Okay. Then I'll turn to the others. Oh la la. The armor of these disgusting little tree boys inside here. Ugh. I recoil a bit.
All right. You recoil on top of there, and if you'd like to move a little bit more, I'd say you can. You probably took about 20 feet of your movement to get up there. You could 5-foot step somewhere if you... Oh, you did move. Okay. Wait, I see you in different places on mine. Which square are you in?
Here?
Oh, interesting. I see you on this square in my GM view. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Oh,
That is weird.
strange.
Okay.
Okay. And then would you let me like climb back up on the rope so I'm just like dangling there, or is that too much? I don't
You
have
could
to. do
you could
that.
be on the rope if you'd prefer. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm dangling off the rope right now.
Oh,
kind
I
of
love
off
that.
The ground.
Dramatic. Yeah. All right. We'll go
Okay,
to
next.
who's our friend here next? Tim.
All right. From where I am, it's kind of tough to see things going on in the room. Is there any noise coming from above me on the staircase?
No. Mm-mm.
No. Okay. Can I scooch by through this door here, or is that not really enough room?
You could get through the door. Yeah. You can
All
go
right,
through your
great.
friends. Yeah.
I'm gonna step into the room here, and then I'm gonna shoot off an Eldritch Blast towards one of these twiggy thingies.
Okay. Now, just to clarify, these twigs are inside the barrel, so the only way you could see them right now is
What
if
about
you
the
were
ones on
in
the farthest
Dione's
side?
position or on the balcony. Right.
On the farthest side.
Oh, the druid. Sorry, the druid. That's on the other side.
I've got 4 of them. Is there
You see 4 druids?
on the far left-hand side of the wine room? There's 4 different tokens.
No.
Look like
Really?
twig things.
I
You
only
kidding me?
see one.
I will refresh my roll 20. Give me one second.
That's so strange. Roll 20's getting weird right now.
Yeah. I
I'm
see
seeing-
1 druid and 3 tree creatures.
There's 4.
Yeah, in the
Dione is
barrel.
technically under
On-
one.
on
of them,
one?
but yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Roll 20 is
Ah,
refreshing.
there it is.
That's weird. Tim, that's a weird one.
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, are we?
Yeah. Now, Tim, I would say from this vantage point between...
this is totally different now. Okay, yeah.
Okay. From this vantage point, I'm not sure you'd even have line of sight. There's the big vats in the way, the balcony
a tricky
covering
one.
most of it, the stairwell covering most of it. I think it's hard to see.
Okay. Can I hold an action? Because I feel like the ones in the vat are gonna start spilling out soonish.
Yeah, you can hold an action. Yeah, you want to ready an attack on something that pours out?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Let's go to Canas.
Okay. I'm gonna head up those stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just going to shout. Even though she's spoken druidic, I'm just going to shout, "Woman, if you are controlling these creatures, call them off." And I'm gonna blast one of them.
Go for it.
How do I play D&D? Here we go. Oof. 8.
Actually, and I'll let you decide if you'd like to change anything, but you do notice, though, that there are some more here on the other side. They're like running around on the floor, but from this point, you could probably see them. They're hiding between these vats. So they're not in the vat, they're like in between. So
They're in between the vats. Okay,
yeah, they're like
well,
on the ground level, yeah.
Then I would probably try to attack one of the ones.
Okay,
in
and
front-
what'd you
in front
get?
of me.
An 8, you said?
I got an 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to cut it. They're pretty simple to hit, but 8's still a little low.
Okay.
You go ahead.
And I'm gonna have Yune fly up,
Mhm.
So that Yune has kind of a vantage point to attack one of these guys.
Gotcha. Okay.
Probably from this angle. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yune's gonna attack with a sting. Yune gets a dirty 20
A dirty 20, that'll hit,
for 6 damage.
and that'll kill it.
Cool. So I'm not gonna bother with the poison damage.
Yeah, no worries. That's
Great.
just regular piercing?
It is.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay.
And then
Great.
I would like Yune to use the rest of her movement, if possible, to perch up next to those ravens on the rafters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she'll fly up, and the ravens will kind of squawk, and you'll hear this like cacophony of screeching from the ravens. There's like I said, like a flock of them up there, and they're just shouting, cacawing, so to speak. I don't know, what sound does raven make?
Keep going.
Do they cacaw or do they crow? No, that's a crow. You hear that over and over
yeah.
again.
Okay.
All right, so that's your turn, right?
I tell Yune to try to emulate the sound.
All right.
Crow noises.
Let's see here. So the druid finishes casting a spell and will put an entangle over here. It's going to get everybody that's on the ground level, which would be that's Laurent, Casimir, and our hunters. Dione, since you're dangling in the air, you're above this. And Canas and Rufus, you're not in it. But that's what she does. She finishes her spell, and then will move further away from Canas with the rest of her movement. The little blights will come and swarm the area here, attacking you on the stairwell, and the other ones will pour out. Fortunately for you, Dione, since you're hanging, they can't reach you, so they're going to fill into the floor area here. Tim, your ready to action could go off.
Awesome. I'm going to attack him with just a Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it.
Let's go with... does a 15 hit?
15 to hits. Yep.
It'll be 3 force damage.
Okay, 3 force.
Or just the closest one.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Okay, so 3 to the closest one, and then they're going to attack. We've got some blights on our NPC friends here. Zoldar. We've got 3 on Rufus. Nope, 4 on Rufus. But on the fourth one, Rufus, I'm going to give you a +2 to your defense because of the railing and the stairwell.
And remember, I took out dodge as well, so disadvantage.
Gotcha. Okay, let me re-roll any of them that hit. Okay, so I got 2 that hit, and I'm going to re-roll them. The first one becomes a 10. The second one becomes a 14.
No, armor's at 18 at this point. It's pretty good with the scale mail.
Right. Okay, so then those 4 miss you, and the other 3, we got a couple hits on Zoldar. Got 1, 2. Wow, 3 hits on Zoldar. My God. He takes a total of... Oh my God, poor guy. He takes 11 piercing damage from these 3 hits, and then he's in the entanglement. All right, it's actually their turn next, so they're going to go, and I think both of them are just going to take their time to try to get out of this entanglement. So they're going to make their checks. Let's see here. And then, Jordan, you're up after them. So if you want to start going, I'll just make the checks, and you can do it. Actually,
when it's in an entangle.
When it's cast, you have to make the strength save. So why don't you and Tim, you also have to make a strength saving throw.
Yep. I am weak.
The number you're looking for is 12. Did you get it?
So weak. I got a 5.
All right, so you are entangled. And what about you, Jordan?
I am also entangled.
Okay, so the 2 of you are entangled, and you're stuck there in the vines that have grown up out of the floor. We will go to you, and I'm going to make their checks as well. But you can go, Jordan. I'll take their turn.
Okay, can I make a firebolt attack at this one that is next to Dione?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Now, Dione's not actually next to it. She's up in the air, but you can certainly hit it.
Okay, then I will try a firebolt.
Okay.
The 10 to hit.
The 10 does not hit, actually.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, so you firebolt, and you're stuck there in the entanglement. Our friends Evgeny and Zoldar strength checks are not great. Just looking at them.
Oof.
Evgeny gets a 3, and Zoldar gets a 13. So Zoldar actually does get out, or is not hampered by it. But we'll spend its turn disengaging because he has a bow, and he'll move out of the area. And then we go to top of the order, I believe, after that. Rufus Gwaindire.
Okay, so Rufus, he sees these creatures attacking him, and he disengages. He does a cannon feint with his sword, and then shield up and retreats with disengagement. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And that's all he can do. He'll shout, "Call those creatures off."
Okay. Again, speaking in Druidic, unable to recognize
He'll speak
the
in
words.
Dwarven. Akentununboa.
That's what it sounds like.
Mhm.
Bless you. All right. Michelle, what do you do?
Dione hears Rufus's retort and shouts, likewise in Dwarven, "Yeah! What he said!" But in Dwarven. Right. Okay. So I guess at this point, Dione is going to try and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter
Ooh. On the druid?
on the druid.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a wisdom,
That's-
correct? Wisdom save?
I believe so.
Okay. It's coming.
Yeah.
A 9.
Ooh. She does not pass.
Wow.
Okay. So then that means, yeah, she is incapacitated.
Mhm. Yep, so on her turn, she's basically going to skip her turn. And then at the end of the turn, she gets another save, I believe, correct?
Yes, that's right.
All right,
So
you-
once she's like not talking anymore, do I notice anything? Is there any change in any of these twig blights?
the twig blights seem completely oblivious, but yeah, I mean, she was speaking Druidic, and then all of a sudden she's just like, and she can't control herself, and she just wants to speak. But every time she goes to speak, another cackle comes out, and now she's doubled over in laughter.
Okay.
By the way, what was the joke you told her?
Why don't you make like a tree and leave?
And she loves plant jokes, so you got her. All right. Nice job, Dione. Anything else from your turn? Are you going to stay where you are, hanging on the rope?
Yeah, I'll stay there. I'm comfortable. I look down. The ground's all like weird and messed up. I'm comfortable. Where
That
I
is
am.
true. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going to... who's next here in the order? Tim.
Does restrain mean I can't use somatic components in a spell?
Restrained?
Yeah.
Restrained, I think, just means that you can't move.
Okay, great. Well, I'm gonna.
Restrained means your speed is 0, attack rolls against creatures have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay. Can I cast a Mind Sliver on the Druidess?
You can cast Mind Sliver. Go for it.
Definitely will. All right, let's see what happens here. She's gonna make an Intelligence saving throw of 14.
Okay. You know what they say, druids are known for their intelligence.
That's why I didn't pick something that did Wisdom instead.
Intelligence save coming at you? 10. That's not going to work.
So 14, she's gonna take 6 psychic damage.
Okay.
And
it's a minus D4 or something, right? Or
from her next saving throw. She has to
yeah,
make these saving
that's what I
throws.
thought. Okay. So minus 6 damage and minus D4 when the next saving throw comes up. All right, Tim, you're stuck there, but you had a pretty productive turn. We go
That's it.
to Canas.
All right. Seeing that Rufus is pretty close to this incapacitated druidess, I think I'm going to continue my assault on these twig creatures.
Okay.
So I'd like to attack this one in the corner that was the ones that were kind of relentlessly on Zoldar and Evgeny.
Yep.
So
These ones right
I
here?
will. Yeah, I'm going to
Yep.
start with the one kind of closest to them with an Eldritch Blast. There we go.
Nat 20.
He's dead.
Oh, yeah.
There
10
it
and
is.
10.
20
Oh,
damage. That's more damage that I'm done with Eldritch Blast this whole campaign.
All right, so that one's dead. You blast it splinter it into little shards of twigs.
And Yune will swoop down and I think go after this one over here because I think that's the one that Yune can attack without facing an op attack.
Sure.
And Yune will get a 18
That'll
for
hit.
6. Great.
Smashes through another one. Yune the Destroyer.
Yeah, apparently.
Canas, these are pathetic, worthless creatures.
Yune, you are doing a wonderful job. You are
I'm
the
so strong.
strongest among the Grayscale gang.
So strong.
Also, it is nice to hear your voice again.
Thank you.
All right, so Yune is crushing twig blights. What about you? You staying where you're at?
No, I'm going to move.
Okay.
I'm going to stay up on the balcony. I think I'll move... I'll just move over closer to this druid. Maybe right next to Rufus.
Okay.
And
the
Yune's going
creatures
to
go.
fly back up in the air. Maybe in the middle of the room.
Okay. The creatures will go, and this one will go up the ladder here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're going to attack. So, Casimir, you're entangled, correct? You failed your save?
Am I still entangled? I did fail the save.
Yeah,
But
so you're
did
still
the-
entangled because I think you tried to attack last turn, right?
I did. Did the druid lose concentration?
So if you're incapacitated, do you lose your spell? I just see that
Yeah.
you says it's automatic. It's one of the spell things.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that will probably go away then. Yeah, let me get rid of that. There we go. But you're still there, so the creatures are going to pile in. We'll have 1 on Tim, 1 on Casimir, and 1 on Yevgeny.
Do it.
So we'll do it in that order. So Tim, you're taking a 14. That doesn't hit you, right?
I've got an AC of 14.
Oh, okay. You take 4 piercing damage. Casimir is not going to get hit with a 7, and Yevgeny is even better with a 4. So that's the end of their turn. The druid will take another saving throw. Try to get over this Tasha's laughter here. And a 4 is not going to cut it. We go to the rest of the group. Casimir and our other NPCs. Go ahead, Casimir.
All right. With my mage armor guarding me like a ghostly shroud, I'm gonna, and as the restraints go away from me, like those weeds grabbing at me, I'm gonna see these things and seeing that I'm kind of like at the center, and I'm gonna say, "Come on, then, come at me!" And I'm gonna use the dodge action and just try to get them to come after me while others take action, and that's my turn.
Fair enough. And we'll do Yevgeny and Zoldar too. They'll drop their bows because these close quarters are not helping. And they'll take out their short swords. And we'll do 2 attacks with the short sword. 1 from Yevgeny. 8 and a 16 from Zoldar. That will hit and that will kill one of them. So 1 to the north of you, Casimir is destroyed. We go to top of the order now. Rufus Gwaindire.
So I'll move next to her. And I'm going to hit her with a longsword.
Also, she's prone.
Yeah, you have
I-
advantage.
Do I have advantage?
She's
Okay.
doubled over on the floor. What'd you get?
I got 27.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's a nat 20 as well.
It is
yeah,
a nat 20.
20.
Whoa.
Alright, so it's double damage. I'll expend this. She's not undead, is she? Because I'm
No.
going to expend a smite thing on her as
Okay.
well.
Go for it.
So here's my smite radiant damage. I double that, right? Because
You
it's
double
crit.
that too, yeah.
So that's 16.
You roll more dice.
Oh, okay. There's some more dice.
Oh, it's even better.
There you go.
Let's do the longsword damage. Roll. 10. So 10, 23, 31 damage.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, you obliterate her, Andrew. You
One
stab your
shot.
sword right through her chest as she's laughing. The laughter suddenly stops. And that's the end of her.
That's the news.
I stagger back.
Okay.
I think we're safe now. What
there
was
are still
that?
blights, though.
Yeah.
Michelle, you're up.
Okay, Dione says, not safe quite yet. Ha ha! And then she swings from her rope and tries to land squarely on top of this twig blight right here, the one that's in front of Casimir.
Sure.
And then as she's falling, I want to try and like stab downward with a short sword.
Hell yeah.
All right. Okay. Let me do one of these real quick. Okay, so
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
24 to hit.
You hit.
Oh, fire.
Oh yeah, we got this. Okay, and then a whole bunch of damage.
Oh my
18
God.
damage. And I think I get sneak attack because Casimir's right there.
I do think that includes
I
it.
think it's in there.
Oh, it's already in
Yeah.
there. Oh, okay. I got too excited.
I mean,
But
you
yes,
you just
18.
you basically sit on this thing with your sword between your legs and you drive it into the ground.
Oh yes. That seems to be Dione's go-to move.
Yeah.
And then can I do an offhand attack with my second short sword? Would you allow it?
You can if you have So it's a second short sword.
Yes.
Is that count? What were the rule? We just looked these up like not too many sessions ago. You can attack with the offhand, but you don't add your strength to the damage. I know that because you don't have
Yeah,
a two-weapon fighting.
It has
And it's got to be light weapons, which short
Light.
swords are.
tag.
Okay, and short
Yes.
swords are. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we have a 20 to hit the other
That'll
guy.
connect. Yep.
And then just a okay, so ignore the sneak attack damage. 4. Yes, so we do
And-
4 damage.
And that kills the other one.
Okay.
Woo!
And then
not
we go
a,
to
not a lot.
no, they're pretty light. Tim, you're up next, and there's only one remaining. So if you
I'm
want to
gonna attack
just
it.
yeah, you have to come in a little more. You can see it up on the balcony here.
Oh yeah, no, I will get after it. Let's see. You want to come in a little bit? Scooch out this way. Scooch out a little bit further so I can really get a good clean shot on it, and then we'll just Eldritch Blast it from the front.
Okay, go for it.
Let's see what happens. Oh boy. Come on, roll. Does a 22 hit for 3 force damage?
It does, and it doesn't kill it. But Canas, you're next. So how do you kill it?
Okay.
Let's do it.
I will blast it.
Go for it.
There is also one right next to me, by the way.
That's the one he was shooting at from long
Oh.
downtown. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Downtown.
Well, I'm gonna have Yune kill that one.
Okay.
Like the Huskies.
You know
Or
we'll do
attempt to kill that one. Yune
No.
does not kill that one, probably.
it then. Nope. Yune swoops in, but this one's too agile. This little baby Groot.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna pull out my short sword and attack.
Go for it. Will it get one more attack?
17.
It does not.
9.
You
Better
dispose of
than
it.
you know what? I'm just gonna do short sword attacks, Eldritch Blast, forget about it.
You dispose of it.
There is one down here on my map. Is it still there?
It's not on mine. Not on my GM map.
That's weird. All right, I'll just reload.
You know, I see it actually on your player map though, but it's not on my GM map. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
It should have gone. It should have died. I moved it
Okay.
earlier, and it. Oh, I see what happened. Never mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
What is it?
Combat.
Is it keep going or we're done?
No, we're done. We're done. We're done.
All right,
The-
we did
the-
it.
I mean, move along. There was a little for me, my GM view, I see like the number of the room and it was covering that. But that one's dead, long dead.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so that's the end of combat. There's splintered twigs all over the floor. There's the dead body of the druid who's no longer laughing, and the rest of you can move into this place. Rufus and Dione and Canas, while you are up on the second level, you notice something. It looks like the wine that is in these 3 vats that is filled with wine is like a thick syrup. It almost looks like blackish brown.
Ugh. That's what I was afraid of.
I wonder if there are more pig creatures in it.
Oh, it doesn't look like that. Doesn't look like Demon Iker.
Can I see out of the window now, out of the rafters?
There are some windows. Where are they? Oh, no, you don't. There's no window. Wait, was there windows on the top? I think the windows are on the bottom floor.
Oh, okay, right.
Let me double check. But if there are, you can see. But what are you looking for? You want to see if there's creatures outside?
I don't understand, though. If she was controlling the creatures, why did the creatures not enter with us? Why are they outside the house? It makes no sense. I say this as I rummage through her body and see if there's any stuff that she's got.
I'll tell you what she has. She has what looks like some sort of a staff. It's like a quarterstaff with an ornate design on it. Maybe that of like a wolf or something like that on the head.
I'll toss that into the wine mixture.
Ooh, there it goes.
Well, actually, yeah. If I can reach and poke the wine, I'll see if there's anything in there, and then I'll just toss it in.
It feels like a sloppy, sludgy mess.
All right.
Okay.
Are there
All
any spigots around the bottom of the cask?
Spigots? Yeah, there are. Mm-hmm.
Can I open one that has the wine in it and see if it comes? I want to see if it's like souffle, where it's like crusty on top and still wine in the middle, or if it's kind of jello-y all the way through.
Good call. Yeah, you can let one of the spigots go, and it comes out slow, molasses-like. It looks like this has been ruined.
I would say so.
It does not... I wouldn't say it smells terrible, but it looks less than appetizing.
I know nothing about wine.
I wouldn't drink that,
What would
Laurent.
make wine do this?
I wouldn't drink that, Laurent.
I will not.
It's not
Rufus
like
is
good
the one who
wine.
knows everything about wine.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of wine in the Gwaindire?
If you'd like to give me...
Does this happen to wine naturally? Is both my serious question and my question
Yeah,
to Laurent.
give me a medicine... a nature check if you'd like.
Okay. I just want to know if there's foul play. If she did something to it, should we be worried? 19?
Certainly somebody has messed with this vat. Something was added to it to destroy the wine.
Boy, I'll call to Evgeny and Zoldarn.
It
Bad
might be
news, boys.
possible, with the 19 you got, it might be possible to know that there might be ways to purify this, but without some sort of magical means or something like that, it wouldn't be possible.
Purify food and drink.
When that spell ever is needed, you know?
I was going to say, that's not a spell I often take, but now I'm feeling quite silly. I would call to Evgeny and Zoldar and tell them, bad news, boys. The wine here should throw a shot.
Oh, 'tis a shame.
Truly.
They'll move in. What about you, Dione?
Yeah, I guess I just want to follow along, and Dione, I guess, Dione has been around wine in the past, but personally does not have a taste for it. So I'm actually gonna just keep my eyes on like the outer walls, doors, windows, any entryways, and just keep an eye out for any sign of movement,
Sure.
any potential threats.
There are a number of entrances and exits to this room. So just to give you a brief overview, there's on this bottom floor, because we're on the ground floor right now, there's double doors here to the north. There's a single door to the north above Evgeny. Another set of double doors to the north near Laurent, kind of on the eastern side. And those are just northern doors. They look like they go to other rooms in this manor. Underneath the balcony where these wine casks are stored here, you've got a door to the south in the center of the room that looks like it leads towards that little addition that I think Rufus saw from the window at the stairwell. There's also, near Casimir, there's the door you came from. You still have the stairs or the ramp that goes up and down like a tower ramp. On Rufus's side, on the western side, you see there's a small door that's ajar to the north, and on the other western wall, you see another door that's ajar that looks like it leads to some sort of stairwell.
Are they on the balcony level or on the floor level?
This is everything on the floor level.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. On the balcony level, it's a little different, and I can bring you over there, Rufus, but I feel like I should just bring everybody over at this point. If you're going to go up, because there's a door on the balcony level too.
Okay, then I guess like if I see that everything is safe, Dione's not concerned, then she'll just kind of scramble back up that rope because like didn't have time to disassemble the grappling hook rig.
Okay.
So yeah,
You could,
going back up
if
the
you
rope.
want to, you can. I'm not going to screw you over. You could take it off if you want.
Okay. Anybody else coming? And she like peers down over the edge of the balcony at the people still on the ground level.
What about you, Casimir? Dione calls down to you.
Yup, in a moment. Just wondering what the plan was. But, I'll just go upstairs.
I don't think we have a plan, friend. It's survive.
Oh, not
What?
us. I mean, the skewered one over there. I'll head up the stairs.
There's a door up here.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you all to the second floor, if you don't mind. I'll just move
Yep.
your tokens for you. It'll be a little easier.
Okay.
And I just want to say it out loud. I do pick up my grappling hook now and I put it back into my pack.
Sure. Okay. All right. So these are the upper floor, and you can see the vats from where you're at. The stairwell going there. I'm not sure why there's a big block there. There's no line of sight there. Roll20 just loves to have some angles from time to time. There you go.
Can you
Jordan.
move? Yeah, thank you.
So Roll20 loves to have some angles here. There's stairs that go up on the balcony that lead to a door. It's a small stairwell. And of course, there are the ravens. So some of the ravens actually will fly down and swoop and perch on top of the railings that you're all situated at. And they'll look at you and they will caw and crow at you. I think that's the word. Chat, let me know. What do ravens do? Do they crow? Do they caw? What do they do? What do the ravens do? But the ravens fly down, and like I said, there's a number of them here, and they fly down, they perch, and Rufus, one of the ravens, comes over to you, and before your very eyes, transforms from a bird. And it's kind of disturbing as it does it. You hear like the popping of wings, the small little beak and everything retracting. And before you, within a few seconds, you can see a man. And his name is Davian Martikov. And Evgeny and Zoldar recognize him immediately. And they'll say, "Davian, what is going on here?" And you see the old man. Davian Martikov is, he looks very much like his son Erwin. They've got similar features, in terms of the nose and the profile. But he's obviously much older. He's at least 25 years older. So he wears that age and the graying white hair. He certainly, though, like I said, is a Martikov. He's got a cloak on him, and he's got almost like a nose that's elongated like a beak. And he says to you all, he says, especially to Rufus, "I cannot thank you enough. Who are you, brave heroes?"
I am Rufus Gwaindire. These are my companions.
We are the Grayscale Gang.
Evgeny, Zoldar. And they give each other like a big old hug and handshake.
And
this is news to...
unfazed that he was a bird like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
This is news to Evgeny and Zoldar. They're bewildered. And he says, I never meant to introduce myself like this, but times are dire.
Are
We
any
saw
of
what you
these
did.
other ravens your co-workers?
He looks around and he says, "No, not these ones. These ones are true birds."
Did the druid turn you into a raven?
He chuckles at the thought. "No. This is passed down by blood."
Does
Where
that
are
mean your brother
Yours?
can also turn into a raven?
Where is Adrian?
So Davian Martikov is the elder. He's the father of Erwin.
Oh, okay.
But he has sons. Adrian, his
Oh,
eldest
right.
son.
Yes, yes.
When you mention his sons or something like that, he'll mention Adrian, and he also has another son, Elvir. And he says, "But you probably know my son from the Blue Water, Erwin."
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Is he also like you? He turns into a bird?
He nods. "It's a blessing and a curse. The whole family's like this. The young ones and my children are somewhere safe, beyond the vineyard. We've camped out. But I followed you when I saw you coming here. I know these two," and he points to Evgeny and Zoldar, but he says, "I couldn't be sure what was going on. Now I realize you're on our side. And thank you."
Do you know what happened here?
Do I know what happened? I'll never forget it. And immediately, we go into his dream sequence, his vision, his vision.
Everyone eats pies.
Camera pans out.
And he describes this with great detail. He says, "About 2 weeks ago, a horrible army of scarecrows invaded our farm. They
Just
tore
for-
through our defenses, scattered the ravens. We barely got out in time. But they came, and they took something from us. And we were willing to let that go. Until 5 days ago. 5 days ago, another army attacked. This time, the ones you see out there. Twigs, trees, vines. All led by these druids. They came and took one final piece that made this vineyard what it was. Now all of our hope, all of our economic future, all thrown away. We're lucky to have been alive. But having wings turns out to be a pretty good safeguard. But look at this. All these vats. Wasted wine. Barovians will never taste." He looks to all of you.
What
Are there any-
happened?
Is there any way
What
to
did they do?
save the wine? Yeah, how did they taint this wine?
They poured some sort of poison in it. Almost instantly made it this way. And he looks at the goop down below.
Did it only affect these vats? Are there barrels of untainted wine?
I'm not quite sure. I've only come to spy on them from time to time. They're clever.
Do you think they are still within the vineyard, within the building?
Oh, there are more of them. That was just one of the druids. There's at least 2 more. Somewhere here, in the manor.
Well, then perhaps we should eliminate them.
We must find them and eliminate them. That is why the Twig army is still there.
I mean, it seems that we may not even be able to get out unless we eliminate them, so it seems to be our only course of action.
Did you, come from Valaki?
Yes.
And my boy?
Oh,
He's
and
doing all right?
He is doing fine. He seemed very interested in us bringing wine back to the village, but I would surmise that he was worried about you and his brothers.
The fool.
Yes, he can be foolish, but
Well,
he
what
did
do you
bring
think of
us
his
here
wife?
to check on you.
What do you think of his wife? She's not very welcoming.
Danica?
Mhm.
Well, she was dumb enough to marry my son.
I love this guy.
Evgeny will whisper to who just said that about the wife? Was it Canas?
No, I said it.
Oh, it was you.
Rufus.
Evgeny will whisper in your ear. He says, Erwin and Davian haven't been on speaking terms for nearly a decade.
Yes, I believe that was mentioned. But I
He might
still
not know that.
believe I still believe that your boy was concerned that wine had stopped coming to Vallaki and he was worried about your well-being.
Worried about the wine, perhaps. Don't worry, we'll get it back.
The Gwain Lord may be able to help you with the wine situation when we found these druids.
The Gwain what?
The
Who?
Gwain Lord.
Of the Golden Valley.
The Lord of the Golden Valley, the god that I serve. You may
Yes.
not have heard about him. He is a local god.
By the way, I
I
gotta give
can
you the
call upon
Davian Martikov art. It's one of my favorites NPC arts. Look at this.
I love this guy.
Aw.
I've used this. I've used his token, like his face in D&D Beyond, for characters in the past. It's like awesome.
Cool.
So there's Davian with his cloak kind of up high, his gray hair peeking out, his hooked nose, beak-like nose.
Oh.
Talk about getting
I would like
old,
to
am I
be his
right?
friend.
Yeah,
I
right.
wonder how his bones feel.
Hollow, like a bird's. All right, so discuss. You may talk. Now you can talk.
Just how long have we been in Brogue before at this point? Like, does that line up with us running into a scarecrow near the windmill, or is it like totally unrelated?
Ooh, it does line up. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
You've been in Barovia like a week now.
Okay. Cool. Noted.
Rufus, well, let me just talk to Stefano. Rufus, have you done the speech? Did you do the speech before we went on this journey in the morning?
Well, I feel a speech coming on me right now.
Oh, perfect.
Team, Path of Glory, Zolda and Gwynny. We will find these druids and we will red them and we will bring the wine to the people of Vallaki.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Everybody gets, I believe, 6 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Okay.
That
All right.
is great.
Sure.
Amazing.
So,
He'll turn into bird form, but he'll stay with you if you would prefer.
that would be great if you could stay with us. Is it Davian or Davian?
Davian.
Thank you, Davian. We don't
Oh.
know the grounds as well as you do. I would keep high to the sky, though, just in case something attacks.
And he does have like a flock of regular ravens that he's like, going around with. So they'll kind of follow along as a pack.
Oh, and this is my raven friend, Yune.
That ain't no raven I've ever seen. I can spot the difference a mile away.
Ah, well then I suppose you won't mind if Yune changes to her original form.
Be my guest.
All right, Yune.
Are you sure about this, Canas?
Sure, I'm sure.
My normal form?
Oh, no, of course not. Your rat form.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that, can I? I've never done that.
You can. It's a rat, a raven, or a spider.
I've never done that, though.
Okay, well then, why don't you just stay a raven?
Wait, didn't we have that scene where like she turned into a rat in midair and she was like plummeting to the ground?
I think she was like in my.
Was it a
In my
rat or
robes.
was it?
Maybe it was the spider. I don't know.
No, maybe the rat. You're right. I think she was the rat because the spider wouldn't have fallen like that. You're right. So she'll say,
All right, the rat form it is.
and she'll turn into a rat. And Davian's like, "You ain't fooling anybody. Come on, let's go." And he'll take to the sky, turning into a bird as he transforms. All right, so
you become a bird again. You're much more useful in that way.
Okay, so we'll move on to exploration again. So Davian, I'm going to keep his token here, but he's a bird for all intents and purposes. Where to next?
Davian, was there a leader amongst these druids?
He, funny enough, can't speak while he's in raven form, so
Wonderful.
he'll just shake his beak. No.
Okay. Well then,
Or yeah. Mm-hmm.
I suppose we should just stake them out, unless
Hunt them
they're already staking us out.
So on the top floor where you're at right now, as you can see, there's the barrels, the vats, I should say, and there's those two stairwells. Tim, if you move here, you can see there's one
Yeah.
that goes up about 5 feet or so to another door.
Do you want to go through each door at the same time? Do a breaching maneuver, if you will?
Perfect. Ready?
Why don't we split the party? Yeah.
I mean, the doors probably go to the same place. If not, we cannot. We have to stop. But
We're just gonna open these doors. Ready? 1.
yeah, making signs across the top at each other on 3. You ready? Like full SWAT team.
Oh boy.
Kick the door down.
Okay.
I just opened mine.
I will kick the door down on my side.
Okay, you kick the door down on your side. Where is the door here? There it is. Go ahead. You can open it. Yep. Looks like it's open, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you open the door to the right, and it enters into a. This is the area where the cart is, so you can see down into it. It's like the loading. The loading winch. The loading
Crane
winch.
apparatus. Yeah.
Yeah. The room has a wooden floor with a 10-foot square hole cut in the middle of it. Looming over the hole is that wooden winch I was just talking about. It's perched atop here, and it could lower, whatever, barrels or items down into the wagons.
Sure. And then if I'm looking below, this feels like the stairwell down, the spiral staircase down.
Similarly, yeah, you saw that same sort of corridor and the stairwell that goes down. It's a ramp, actually.
Noted. I will call that out to the room to everyone left behind. It's just above the loading dock, and the spiral staircase ends up top here.
Yeah. Being a ramp would probably make it easier for the loading,
Oh,
'cause
no.
if there's a barrel or something, you could load it.
What do you have on your side? Canas?
Well, there's some creatures up ahead.
Oh, well, then you open the door.
I didn't know that door was open.
No, it's all good. So you open the door, and you're greeted by a druid and some creatures that look like they're made more of vines than twigs. And we're going to roll initiative. They were actually ready for you here. Let's go to initiative, and I got to just set the thing again. So remove your turns, do it again, and I'll put you in if you rolled.
The Ron's
SWAT
lucky
team.
deck strikes again.
Rat.
I used up a nat 20 on initiative. Ooh.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
hate this.
I got a crit too.
All right, not bad. Look at these initiatives here. You guys are rocking it here. All right, so they do get a surprise round. Although, what's your passive perception, Stefano?
13.
Okay, so they are going to get the jump on you, and they'll have their surprise round first. And it's going to actually happen when you open the door. So I'll bring you back in. Everybody's
Well, I didn't try to open the door. I think it was open.
no, this door, the door that got you to the hallway.
Oh,
Correct?
Yeah, I did open
this,
that
yeah,
door.
yeah, that's the door. Yeah. So just I'm going to move everybody back a bit. I'll move Yune back. Yeah, perfect. Right here. Okay, good. All right. So this druid is going to pop out and cast Thunderwave on you.
Ah, fun.
Give me a Constitution saving throw. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Thunderwave is a con save. You and Rufus.
Damn it.
Rufus, what'd you get?
21.
21. I should do it from the door, so it's not going to be engaged with you. Okay, so 21. So Rufus, you pass. That's good for you. And Stefano, you fail, correct?
I definitely fail.
All right, great. Roll. Roll. Okay.
Oh
wow.
my god.
16 damage. So, Stefano, you take 16 and are pushed backwards 10 feet. Actually, 15-foot cube. I think, Jordan, you're in this as well, aren't you?
I can't see where the enemy is, so I'll
Yeah.
take your word.
Yeah, you're within this. Take a save as well.
Okay.
Rufus, you take 8.
Got it.
14.
Okay, so you take 8 as well.
All right.
And you
We
don't
still
move.
have the 6 temporary hit points, right?
Yep, so those are now, you take 8, so 2 left. Cut into your real hit points. And Rufus, you and Casimir stand still. You're able to withstand the force, but Stefano, you're pushed backwards. You push 10 feet away, and I think you're still on your feet, though. I don't think it knocks you over, does it? No. Okay, but you're pushed back 10 feet. And you hear that loud boom as the surprise round enters. Now, the other creatures will move and fill in the area here with their attacks. Let's go with one right here and one right here. All right. And Rufus, an attack on you. A 14 does not hit you.
No.
And Stefano, 14 does not hit you, I believe, right?
It does not.
Okay. But they reach out with their constricting vines, trying to not only hit you, but then also maybe grapple onto you, get their vines on you. All right, we'll go to the regular initiative now, which is going to be Michelle. You go first.
Okay, so I think everything is happening like around the corner from me. So
Yeah,
I
you
just
hear
have
the-
to.
You probably were alerted to this by the sound of the thunder wave.
Okay, well, I will just hustle on over there. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I'm here.
You can bonus action dash and move another 30 feet.
Yeah. 3, 4. Oh, and then here's the party. Okay. I guess. Can I can't share a spot with someone, right? We can't occupy the same 5-foot square.
You can't. You can move through them if they're your friend,
Right.
but you can't occupy the same square. Sometimes close quarters fighting is
Yeah.
tricky.
You can diagonally move to this square. You will be surrounded by creatures, but you'll also be surrounded by friends.
Yay! Okay, all right. Let's do it. Why not? I'm emboldened by Rufus's incredible speech. I feel invincible, as if I can do anything. I'll take on the world. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so maybe can I scooch into this spot? Would that be okay?
Yeah, I think you can move there. Yeah. You have enough room? You have enough distance?
Yes. So let's see. I was here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's
Yeah.
like a full dash.
So I think you can't technically go through this guy right here, the one at the door.
Oh,
But if you wanted to, you're also kind of small, and your character seems to be able to maneuver despite their roundness. So if you want, maybe give me an acrobatics check. If you get a 12, I'll let you get to this square with the rest of your movement, where you want to be right here.
oh, okay. Let's see. Acrobatics coming right up.
If not, though, we'll say you're gonna. Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay.
If
so
not,
what
I was gonna
happens?
say you're probably gonna be pushed off, and you're gonna be stuck here with Rufus, maybe hanging over the railing.
Hanging over the railing. Okay. Well, apparently that's my, that's my comfort zone.
Yeah, so you barrel in, and there's no good escape. So you have to just get out of the fray, and now you stand behind Rufus, leaning over this railing. We'll put you
Okay.
over here just so you're out of the way of the tokens are not doubling up, but you're like hanging off the side there.
Okay. Cool. And I'll do the whole like with my arms milling. All right. I guess
Okay.
that's me then.
Yeah. All right, so you hang over there. I mean, you do, if you have any bonus action or you want to move again, you could probably continue moving. You can scale back this way. But if you'd prefer, you can just stay there for now.
Yeah, maybe this might actually work to my advantage. So
Okay.
I will, I guess, like hold on to the edge of the railing and then kind of dangle off of it.
Just love this high-flying acrobatics today.
Yeah. So then you can't see me if you're just glancing out, but actually I'm like ducking underneath, holding onto the edge.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so Dione's hanging on for dear life. We go to Casimir.
All right. So can I see the person who cast Thunderwave?
I believe so. I mean, do you have sight with your token to the druid that's up here?
Is that who it is up there? Okay.
Yeah. Can you? I think you can see. Let me do the old.
I can just
Yep.
barely see it.
Yeah,
So-
I see it. Look at that. Look at that, everybody. That's what you get. Roll 20 here. Look at that. Right there.
But this replay brought to you by Roll20.
Gotta get the John Madden pen out, you know.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
I say
I'm
you can
gonna-
see. I'll give some cover if it's some sort of an attack, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shoot through everyone with a firebolt to
Okay.
that.
Okay,
Potential
now
person.
I think though you'll get disadvantage. Am I not correct? Because you're near an enemy, adjacent to an enemy.
You tell me because it's like around a corner of a door. So are they really threatening me? You tell me.
That's true. That's true. I would say you're good. They'll take some cover though. They're gonna get the +5 to cover.
Okay.
Go for it.
I missed with a 10.
I don't see the roll coming in. Am I crazy?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, it's the DM one. Yep.
Oh.
It's to the DM. It's a 10. Yeah. We got to figure out how to turn that off. Is there a way to turn that off or no? To roll to like open to everybody?
I'll check it out. But
Okay.
I move back for now and end my turn.
A 10 certainly is not going to hit. You're right. Okay, so you move back and shoot the firebolt, but to no avail. We go to Tim.
All right, so I'm going to, seeing the chaos unfurl, not totally understanding what's happening on the far side, I'm going to open this door. And see another door. And open this door.
Oh, dear Lord.
And I'll
It's
step
very-
through it.
It's a very confusing piece of architecture.
I'm trying to get to you as quick as I can, and I've gotten that far so far.
Right, you were hoping there was a connector, right? Yeah.
I was hoping it was like a long hallway connecting it, but I'm working my way your direction.
Okay, so you enter in that hallway and eventually into what seems like a kitchen or a dining room. You can see that there's a table, chairs, there's all different sorts of cooking and food implements here, but there's nobody in this room. There's a window to the north that you can see out into the misty vineyard, and then to the south there's another door. But I'd say at this point that's probably all you could do action-wise.
And I hear the muffled fighting going on through the walls, and I imagine where all of you are. In a minute, you're going to hear the muffled sound of like kitchen utensils just being flipped over.
Fa-ting! Spoons flying, saucers
It'll sound
in
like
the air.
just an absolute wreck. And hopefully, Odin Raven's Eye over there isn't too mad about his kitchen getting wrecked. So
You see he's just perched on one of the chairs and he's looking at you. He's shaking his beak. Mm-mm. All right, let's go to Rufus Gwaindire.
Okay, so I'm gonna just hack away with my sword at this creature
Sure.
right in front of me. That is a 16.
Okay, that'll hit.
So that looks like it's only 6 slashing damage.
6 slashing. Okay.
Mhm.
It seems to all go through. I'm going to add it to that one, and it's the creature's turn next. Are you staying there?
Well, it's not possible to squeeze through, right? Because the creature's in the way. So I'll just
The
stay here.
creature's technically in the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
For Dione, she was small and it fit, but for you, I feel like it's going to be hard to get through.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay, so the creature is going to go next. And you did 6, correct, with your sword?
6, yeah.
So the creatures act next, and we'll go with the druid. The druid is going to move away from you all, I think, because you're all pretty scary. Where can I move to? One, two. Actually, though, before she leaves, she will take one shot at Stefano, because why not?
Oh no.
Nah, you know what? She's going to do something else. Cast a different spell and move. Okay, she runs and disappears out of sight. Okay. The creatures are going to attack you, and they'll go... we'll start with Andrew. The one that is near Stefano is actually going to take its turn and start to spread its vines. Vines sprout in a 15-foot radius from this blight. So from this one here, it's going to attack you and Stefano, and even Dione. Vines will sprout to you all. For the duration, the area is difficult terrain for non-plant creatures. In addition, let's see here. You 3 have to take a strength saving throw right now.
Okay.
The DC you're looking for is 12.
14.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So you're not restrained. However,
14.
the area within 15 feet of this creature is difficult terrain. I'll just mark him with a little symbol here. These are the ones that's casting out vines. The other one is going to attack you, Andrew. And let's see if it hits. 12. No. He swings out the vines again to try to enwrap you, but you're able to dodge out of the way. Even Dione doesn't hit her. We'll go to next in the order, Canas.
Yes. What am I gonna do? This is the one that's closest to me is the one that put vines all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, that's very inconvenient. I'm gonna attack the other one.
Okay.
Yune is tiny, so can Yune kind of get through here and distract
Certainly.
this one?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So aid on this one?
Yes.
Okay, and then you go to attack. Go for it.
Okay. So I have
Eldritch Blast?
triple advantage. Yeah, Eldritch Blast with the Elven accuracy.
Okay.
God.
So far I have an 18. I will keep the 18.
Wow.
That'll hit.
Here comes the 1. 3. All right. Okay. 7 force damage.
7 force to the north, Vine Blight.
Yes.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to expend 2 of my healing lights to heal myself.
Okay. All right, and
Four.
roll those up. Yep.
9.
9 healing. Okay, great. So you empower yourself. You do a Eldritch Blast, and Yune went in for the aid. We go to Michelle. You're up next.
Okay. So if I walk into these vines, will I become like encumbered in any way, or
You
is it,
passed the
like-
save, so it's just double the movement to go through them now.
Okay, gotcha. Well then, I'm going to haul myself up off of this balcony. This did not go the way I wanted. Like in my head, in Dione's head, she was imagining she was going to be like and like explode up from like the hidden little bit. However, she goes and jumps up and is immediately just like entangled in vines. So she's like picking up her feet. And I'm gonna try and pull out a short sword or two, if you'll allow it, and then attack just this person right here.
Mhm.
And thank you to Rufus for hosting me in your personal space. Okay, cool. So a short sword attack.
I don't know that you can attack from his square, but
Oh.
you can attack from here for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
All right. Cool. Then pardon me, Rufus, and I'll try my best not to step on his toes and just kind of like reach around and wiggle my sword past the doorway. But apparently I can't see very well around the door because I rolled a 9 to hit. Does that hit?
A 9, unfortunately, does not. These things, again, like all the others, look a bit clumsy. They don't look like they're the most agile, but 9 still is a little too low for them.
Okay. And I guess I'll turn and try to attack with my offhand too.
Mhm.
Also blinded. See what happens. Okay. All right. So this one was a 20.
That's gonna hit.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Now you won't add your dex to
Right.
this because it doesn't have the 2-weapon fighting, but you do get your sneak attack damage.
Oh, I do get sneak attack. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So then we do 8 damage to
Sweet.
that fella right there.
That's a good number here. He's hurting quite a bit. He's still up, but he's looks like most of his vines are being cut. So we'll see how he
Okay.
does in a little bit. But anything else from you, Michelle? Or are you good?
That is it for me.
Okay, then we go to Casimir.
Okay. I. I don't see it. I'm kind of just squished out of the fight. So,
Mm-hmm.
trying to think if I can be of use anywhere else. What do you think, group? Is there anywhere I should go? Like, should I go around the other way to see if I can get around the back or something?
No, don't do that. Trust me, it's a long journey.
Said Laurent from like 8 rooms over.
Right.
Yevgeny and
there.
Zoldar will do that, though. That's what they'll spend their turns doing. I didn't move them, so I'll do that same thing. They'll follow Tim around the other side because they also
No.
feel like they're boxed out.
Is there any way you
Okay.
could move around the balcony and get line of sight on one of them?
Mm.
I also don't know if you have a ranged attack, of course. Well, you have firebolt.
I do. So Bob, there's like this wall. I can't see past it if I move over here, but
That's so strange. Is it a roll 20 thing? Because, yeah, isn't that weird? There's nothing
Yeah.
there. I'm looking at the lighting. It shouldn't be there.
Mm.
interesting.
Let me see.
Well, could I
Let me see if
just
I can
like
do
back
something.
up and do a firebolt over?
Oh, look
their
at that. That
shoulders
works
at
better,
this
right?
light?
That's better, right?
Yes. Now I can see. Yeah.
There you go.
Can I just shoot at this guy from there?
Yes.
Okay. And I think because Casimir's an NPC, I think you might have to update his like NPC rolling.
Gotcha.
stuff
Okay.
or something. Let's see. Is it adding anything to my attack? I don't think it is. Let me fix that. But I rolled a 9 plus 6, so 15 to hit.
That'll hit. Yep.
Okay. Then 14 fire damage as I
Ooh.
pull back and
Ooh.
like try to snipe him right through the stair railing and my allies.
And that's a
Yep.
huge success because you hit him and he burns up the vines, roasting. He falls.
Ooh, fantastic.
All right, so that's
my
the
turn.
end of your turn, or you got something else to go?
That's the end. Yep.
Okay. Now we go to the Tim. To the Tim.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep charging through these rooms like a bull in a china shop, baby.
Doing the grand tour.
Try this door. Wow, we're getting closer.
Oh,
What's that? Is that
boy.
Is that one of? No, that's Yune, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Attack
you.
it! Attack it!
I'll get to this door and we'll open it up, and it's empty.
Yeah, so these are bedrooms, sleeping quarters. There's
Okay.
pairs of bunk beds occupying the rooms. Against the west walls, you see foot lockers, and this door, you can even continue on. You can see that all of these are basically just, bedrooms.
Okay, yeah, then I'll line up outside with Yune.
Could Yune tell Laurent that the druid retreated into the room? Well, actually, I don't think Yune saw the druid retreat
Yune
into the
did
room, so
not
never mind.
see.
Never mind.
Mhm. Yune did not see. Mm-mm. All right, we go to Rufus, the Gwaindire.
Okay, so I'm going to move here. Oh, there's still a guy there.
Oh, I will say, Tim, though, there's vines in this floor right here. That step right there. There's vines, so you might want to avoid it.
Oh yeah, please, yeah, I'll definitely avoid that then.
So I see this guy here. I'll attack him.
Go for it.
Take him out before we go for the druids. I'll turn in and try and slash at his vines. And I get 11.
That will not hit.
Ugh. I kind of slip on the difficult terrains, trip over the vines, can't get a good hit on him.
Yeah, a little stumble on the roots. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, he'll try to constrict you, Rufus of Gwaindire. A 17. That does not hit you, does it?
No.
Okay, he tries.
Oh, sweet.
We go to Canas.
Oh, that was fast. I don't want to have disadvantage on my attacks, so I'm gonna use a Sacred Flame.
Okay.
14 dex save.
Is Sacred Flame not a Oh, it's the cantrip. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me roll their saving throw. I rolled twice. I don't know why. We'll take the first one. A 12. Fails, right?
That fails. Yep. So this thing will take 6 radiant damage.
Awesome. Take 6, and then we jump to... Unless you want to move or do something else.
I'm probably going to stay there, but Yune's going to turn invisible
Gotcha.
and
Yune goes
enter the
invisible.
room to see what she sees.
That's a printing press. The chamber, there's a desk, a chair, and a wooden cabinet. There's also a strange contraption that takes up the end of the room. I'm not sure Yune would know, but it's a printing press.
Huh. Are these windows closed? Probably.
Like all the windows, they've been closed. I mean, you could open them. You could see out of them, though.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look like she sees anything.
No, nothing in that room, no. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, Michelle, you're up next.
All right, I'm gonna scooch up to where Rufus was and do the same thing. Attack the vine creature through the doorway
Go for it.
with my short swords. Wee swords. Okay, a 10. Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not.
No. Okay. All right, then let's try the offhand attack. And a 21 for the offhand.
I'm sorry to say that hits.
Oh, jeez. Okay, and then we have 7 damage on the offhand
7.
attack.
Okay, great. So you slash and hack at this thing, vines coming off of it,
Slicing and dicing.
but it's still up. Casimir, what do you got? This one might be hard to see.
All right. I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll dash up. It sounds like I can get in here maybe. I don't know. I'll dash up like right here.
Okay, go
Did I
ahead.
get opportunity attacks?
Yeah, he'll swing at you with this vine. He didn't use his reaction yet.
Okay.
Go for it, and then you can make your attack.
Oh, I dashed.
Oh, you dashed. I gotcha. Ooh, actually, a 20.
Oh, that will hit.
Okay, so because it grabbed you with vines, you're grappled, so you're stuck.
Also,
And
where do you want me to put my token?
I'm going to put you here, and in fact, Rufus is going to be the one that gets pushed back. You're pushed out of the way, Rufus, as vines wrap around Casimir, and he's forced into your square.
Casimir, no.
And you take 8 bludgeoning from that as well.
Casimir,
Oh,
no,
jeez.
my square.
No.
He's using Casimir like a shield. He's got you like wrapped, and he's like, blocker.
In that case, can I use my bonus action to Misty Step down over here?
Ooh, okay,
Out of
sure,
the
fine,
grapple?
yeah, because you were here, right? So you can get there in one set. 1, 2, 3.
Well, so I dashed with
Ooh.
my action, so I moved a whole lot. Like
I see. Yep.
Feet work.
Bonus action
But-
to Misty Step here.
yeah.
Pshoo. You're out of there. Okay.
Okay.
Nice work, Tim.
Can I use a bardic inspiration on whoever is the furthest into the room?
Rufus.
Yeah, Rufus is gonna get my bardic inspiration.
Rufus is right here, but if you wanted to do it further, you could do Canas. I mean, you'd have to maybe move here, but I don't know if you have to move to see Canas to do bardic inspiration. They just have to hear you.
They just have to hear. It says one creature
Okay,
that can hear you gains inspiration.
Gotcha. So it's up to you, whoever you want. Anybody can hear you.
I'll give it to Canas. Canas is pretty head first in there.
Okay. Canas, you get bardic inspiration.
Yep.
Great.
And then are the
let's-
vines still on the floor here, or they have been removed?
They're still there. They last for a minute.
Can I take that bardic inspiration, my bonus action? Can I use an action to try and hack them up as much as I can?
You can try to hack them up, but yeah, I'd say so. You wouldn't have to do any attack or anything like that. You just spend your action. You hack up the vines in this area right here.
Yeah, just try and clear them out as much as I can. If I need to get
You
through.
clear out that
Thank you.
space. If you'd like to move there, you can now.
Perfect.
Okay, so you bardic inspiration, you hack, and you move. We go to Rufus of Gwaindire.
You didn't bardic inspiration me, right?
No.
No, Canas. Sorry.
Okay. So I'll just move up here quickly. The druids went in here, but I don't see any doors or anything, right?
The druid went this way down the hallway and escaped. You didn't see where the druid went because once it turned the corner, it was out of your sight.
Oh, so, and you didn't. Nobody seems to know.
Yeah, I guess.
In that case, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, and go in here and see if I can see him in here.
There's no one in this room, this small bedroom with the footlockers.
Okay, so I want to go the end of movement to this window and look out of the window and see what's outside. See if I can still see those.
You see the edge of
Light.
the world right here.
Flat Earthers were right the whole time.
No, you don't see any creatures well, you see the vines and the tree blights and things like that are
Oh,
outside.
they're still there.
They're still there milling about, but there's no like druid running around them. No.
Damn those blights! We must find the druids.
Evgeny and Zoldar say, so they're not in the rooms. Perhaps she went down the stairs.
Well, dash. So I'll use the dash action. 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll just go into this bedroom briefly.
Yeah. So you see the stairwell now at the eastern side of the hallway, spiral staircase that goes down. Could be an escape route. We go to the Blight. He'll attack Canas. What's your AC right now, Canas?
15.
17.
That'll.
Anything? Yeah. Okay. So
I don't have anything now.
gotcha. 11 bludgeoning damage,
Holy moly.
and you are restrained or grappled. Excuse me.
Okay.
On your turn, if you'd like to get out of it, you take a action to get out. It's a DC 12 to escape the grapple.
I'm gonna try to finish this thing off.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Yune is going to attack.
Mhm.
I believe Yune has advantage because Yune was invisible.
Yune is invisible, yeah.
Yeah, but no longer.
No longer.
So I'll just do it twice. 19.
That'll hit.
I'm assuming.
Oh.
Okay.
nat
So I
20.
just have to roll 1d4. An extra 1d4, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 7 plus 1,
8.
so 8 damage.
Okay.
And if this thing, I assume it might not be, but if this thing is susceptible to poison, potentially 13 poison damage with
Whoa.
a failed Constitution save of 11.
It is dead.
Cool.
destroyed.
Yune.
I guess it is susceptible to
Yune.
poison.
Yune the Destroyer.
Yune's MVP right now.
For real. All right, so the combat is over. The druid is not here. The group comes back together. Evgeny, Zoldar, and Davian the bird fly into the hallway.
Oh.
Zoldar's...
druid must-
Yeah, go ahead.
The druid must be escaped downstairs. We must pursue. And I'll run off downstairs.
All right, so he's running. Does everybody follow him?
Yeah, I'll tell
yeah.
Yune to go invisible again.
Only fools rush in, Zoldar says.
Wise men say.
He wasn't inspired by my speech. Everybody else was.
Oh, okay.
It's only 6 people.
Oh, okay. So Zoldar is not a part of this?
He doesn't get the temporary hit points now.
Wow.
Wait, did Yune get the 10 hit points?
What is there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. No, the 5 of us and Zoldar.
Evgeny.
Evgeny,
Yeah.
Evgeny, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there are 5 of us. Got
All
it.
right,
So
so
it's maximum 6.
the fools are rushing in, it seems. I'm going to move everybody's tokens, so just leave your tokens because it'll be easier for me to just do it.
Good.
Okay. All right. So you're heading down, correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
Great.
please.
Boom.
And this whole time, Dione's just chuckling to herself, like, it is time to hunt. Perfect. My favorite.
All right, so you exit out the stairwell into a wine cellar, or I mean a cellar, like a storage room. Looks like there's just tons of new barrels, rows and rows of barrels fill this room. There's a door to the south that you can open, Rufus. Do you want to open it?
Are these barrels
Yeah.
empty? Can I
Yeah,
check?
there's nothing there.
The barrels are empty, actually. It looks like there may be new barrels ready to be loaded up. And you find yourself in the original vat room.
Are these doors off to this side, or are they? Like,
There
one
are
of the
doors to
smaller-
the side. Yeah, would you like to open those?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Sure. Inside here, you can see it looks like a workshop of sorts. Strips of iron and wood lie in neat piles on the floor. There's a work table to the east wall. There's tools. It's like a barrel maker shop.
Cooperage. Hate it.
A cooperage.
Did anyone encounter this druid as it ran down the hall?
Nobody, none of the
run past me.
NPCs. Yeah.
I would be cautious because it seems that in every direction that we have gone, someone would have encountered it, so it may be invisible.
Zoldar will look for tracks. I wish I had more hit points. Then I would be better at this.
I too wish I had more hit points.
How does Zoltar look? Is he actually in like rough shape, or is he like just complaining?
I don't think he was hit. I'm looking at
Okay,
his...
just making sure.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's hit. But he does get a 12. That's not going to be good enough. I've lost the trail.
Oh wait, I'll cast false life on myself.
Okay.
Sweet.
Anybody else want to do something? You're in the vat room now. You move your tokens around wherever you would like.
In this workshop room, if I just like, is there like a key or anything to this back door? I feel like it probably goes outside, is my guess. I just want to, without opening it, check.
Yes, that goes out to the back door. That looks like the door that you saw, or the stairwell from the docking bay that you might have wanted to go in.
Yeah, we decided not to. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Just making sure.
Yeah, you're getting the layout a little bit here.
Oh man, I'm making an internal map of this whole place.
Okay.
For me, I think I just want to like try and listen carefully. Like when we first came in, we heard footsteps, so I want to see if I can hear footsteps again, which are not those of my comrades.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I would also
just
say
like
your
a-
comrades are being relatively quiet too. Like you're
Right.
not screaming or knocking things over.
Fair. Okay, it's 14. Do I hear anything with a 14?
You do. You hear maybe that gibbering, the druidic language you had heard before. You feel like you hear voices, and you hear like perhaps bits of the words echoing from the stairwell near where Casimir's standing.
I
Do you say
wave. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Do you say this?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, I'm not
She's
gonna
about
say.
she's about to wave.
Yes, I'm not gonna say it out loud because I don't want to alert the druid to our presence. But I'm gonna like frantically wave at everyone as far as my small arms can reach, waving at all of you, and then I point furiously at Casimir, and then I go like this to indicate that I've heard something.
But everybody else sees you point at Casimir, and you're like
Casimir.
slitting your neck.
It's a very advanced thieves' cant.
All right, so Dione informs you all that some sounds are coming from the stairwell or the ramp.
The
go check it out.
basement. We should have known.
Yes, and you now are standing at the edge of the ramp going down, and you do feel like you heard some hushed tones. It's quiet now, though. Would you like to head down?
Does anyone need light? I'm gonna cast light.
You want to cast it on my shield?
I will cast it on Rufus Gwaindire's shield.
Follow me.
Right.
I can pull you
Everything
down
will
there.
be all right.
Okay, ready? Heading down?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep.
All will be well.
All will be well.
All will be well.
All will be
All
well.
will be well. All right, so move yourselves towards that area, group yourselves up, and I'll grab you. Actually, you're all pretty much grouped up. I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
There we go. I hope this works. Who? Nope, that didn't work.
We all moved left one space.
Sorry. Sometimes Roll20 and my mouse are like finicky here. Let me grab you all again. Yo.
We're just doing like the cha-cha. Slide to the left.
There we go. Does that work?
Cha-cha, real
Everybody
smooth.
sees that now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you come down the stairs, before we do anything, obviously you're anticipating that there's some sort of enemy here. So you could put yourselves in the room, but we're going to say we're coming down the stairs one by one. Okay? So who's going first into the room?
I was going to go first.
Okay. You can decide who's next, but Rufus takes the lead here and runs, or cautiously, saunters down the stairs, or down the ramp. When you
Strides
get-
purposely.
Nothing good
Sorry.
about sauntering.
You saunter down the ramp. When you
Bold
get to
choice.
when you get to the bottom, you can see that you're in a wine cellar. There's bottles of wine on racks. There's a big rack in the center of this room. And you also see that there's barrels. This actually is a pretty big basement. There's like a small little space that goes to the western side, almost like there's two rooms that are connected by a very small pathway. The ceilings in here are 8 feet tall, and there's a thin mist on the floor.
Okay, I want to listen.
Okay, give me a perception check.
$21.
Oh, you can hear there's creatures moving behind the wine rack.
Oh, the other side of the wine rack.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I shouldn't put myself there.
Well, I told you you can just maneuver
I'm just
yourselves.
kind of on the stairs.
Yeah, we're all on the stairs. We're going down one at a time. But it's just, I want you to all see your tokens in the room.
Okay.
Okay, I'll gesture to people. Here, rack. And I'll sneak around here.
Okay, so it's not going to be a surprise here. You see them as you start to move around the room. They make their presence known. There are two humanoids, a man and a woman, a druid. Both look like druids of the same order. However, the man... Let me see here. Just want to make sure I'm giving you the right description here. Yeah. Here we go. This one druid, similar to the others, is wearing like the deer horns and the animal skins, except he carries a unique looking staff, and he speaks in druidic, and he says something you don't understand, but it seems really angry. Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
And let me just clear the battle turn order.
Is the other druid the one that looked like the one that we saw?
Correct. The one from
upstairs?
upstairs. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll put them
in
in 4
initiative
druids
kit.
running around.
Here. All right. I see some rolls coming in. What do we get?
They're in the turn order.
21 for
For our listeners.
Oh,
21 for Laurent.
15.
13 for Dione.
Gotcha.
I managed to get 11, even though I'm at the front.
Okay. So there you go. We've got a couple of good rolls. Rufus 11, Canas 15, Laurent 21, Dione 13, and what about you, Casimir?
22.
22. Not bad rolls here. I didn't roll for them. Let me roll them right now. Okay. All right. Let's start with our good friend Casimir Velikov. And everybody, just put your token towards the first square where Casimir is. That's where we'll say, Rufus stepped in, and everybody's coming one at a time behind where Casimir is.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
All right. I'll see these two, and I will look at them, and I will picture them like they're a pair of trees, like those blights have been running around, and I'll say, I'm not much a fan of your gardening, so why don't you just make like a tree and stand on the copy Dayon earlier. And I'm going to cast Hold Person at 3rd level so that it goes for both of them. Wisdom saving throws.
Okay. You can split it like that?
When I upcast it, yeah.
Gotcha. All right, I'll roll the 2 right now. Let's get... You said it was Wisdom?
Yes.
1, 2. First one is... Oh, they're both 7. Oh, dear Lord.
They're both paralyzed.
Casimir.
Combat over. Combat over.
Wow. Okay, you held them. They looked like they were about to spring into action, and you... you stood them up. All right. Well, honestly, the conversation was getting a bit wooden anyway. They're there. What do you do? I mean, do you see this react? How do you react? They're both under your control.
I just come up and look at them through the wine rack. Oh, look, they're petrified with fear.
And they are. Stone still. Next up would be Tim.
Can I walk up behind is the purple the female one?
The purple is the one that you saw upstairs.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I know the tokens aren't too different looking, but...
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. And while they're frozen, can I use my rapier or dagger to essentially restrain them best I can?
They're already restrained.
Yeah, but if the spell wears off, if they try and fight it, want to have them with a knife in the throat. I don't want any funny business.
It says at the end of their turns they make another wisdom save, but right now they are paralyzed. So you can try to hold them or something like that, but for right now they're not gonna move. So you want to just want to
be ready. So if they try and do anything, Cage, I don't feel I don't think we need to kill these. They're petrified. But it seems like if they're willing to speak, even in Druidic, like there can be some negotiation, right?
Anything's
So I
possible.
want to make sure that negotiation goes the way we want with weapons if we need to.
All right, so you spend your turn, you run up there, you get behind them, maybe grapple them, and put your rapier up to their neck.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, now we go to Canas.
All right. Which one looks like the one that's
The yellow
Big-
one was
big
yelling,
boy.
and he has a very unique looking staff. In fact, I want to give you a picture of it. I just want to make sure I'm not going to show you something that you shouldn't see. Maybe not. Maybe I won't. It looks like it's a sticks cobbled together, like almost bound and tied together, almost like making a bushel at the top of sticks, except you see like almost like smoke or even ash at the top of it, like it might have been on fire or not, and it is like kind of emanating this smoky, ashy mist. Looks very different than the other staves. Staves?
same thing. Well, I will kind of catch what Laurent is doing, and I'll say, well, just in case they come to, might as well weaken them. And I'll blast the guy.
That's the spirit.
Blast the guy that has the staff.
Okay, fair enough.
I get advantage, so that means I get triple.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
So
there you go.
anyway,
I'll take that crit.
and I started blasting.
17 force damage.
Okay, you blast him. 17. The damage clearly taking its toll on the body. You've bloodied this creature with one shot. The yellow one, you said?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's my
Anything
turn.
else? You're done, right? Okay. Let's go to next in the order, which would be Michelle.
Yes. Okay. So I see what Laurent is doing. I saw what Canas did, and I will say, "Oh, a hostage situation. How fun! Oh, very good." And I take out the rope that I used for my grappling hook earlier, and I'll repurpose it. And I want to just, I want to basically like tie them to this wine rack using
Sure.
my rope. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll,
So you start to
Do-
tie them to the wine rack. Gotcha.
yes.
We'll go to... Well, that's going to definitely be your turn. We go to Rufus.
Okay, so I'm going to move next to the one with the big staff. I'm going to take out my longsword. First of all, I want to definitely attack. If I have time in my action, I want to take the staff and throw it to the floor out of his paralyzed hands.
Technically, I think that would be the action. I know
Okay, so
it's... yeah.
I don't want to do that. Then. I want to put my sword right up to the chest and push forward. And do I get advantage, or does it just hit?
So, it's a weird thing with D&D. Technically, when a creature is paralyzed, you get advantage to hit it.
Okay, got it.
Paralyzed basically means it's it doesn't move or speak. It's incapacitated, and if you do hit it, it's a critical hit automatically.
Oh, so I get
Oh, it is.
I get
Yeah.
a 20
Did you?
to hit.
I thought you did. Didn't you roll the extra?
No, I
dice?
actually got a crit.
Yeah, you got a crit.
Oh, okay. Well, either way,
Yeah, it
you
just
got the
says
crit, yeah.
incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions.
But it's not incapacitated; it's paralyzed.
Oh,
So-
this is within 5 feet an attack is a critical hit.
Yeah. Oh, you were shooting a ranged attack, right?
Yes, I was.
But if you hit it with something, it's going to be an automatic crit.
So I get a 20 to hit.
So it becomes a crit automatically. Yeah.
And I'm going to smite.
Okay.
Oh, see ya.
So that's 4d8 smite damage,
Okay.
because it's double dice. And then I'll roll the hit.
You kill him. This druid goes down easy.
Oh. And when I kill him, I'm also going to call upon the Gwain Lord with my channel divinity. And that's going to give some health points back. Let me just check about my...
So when you do this this time, Rufus. I mean, you've attacked before, and yes, it does the
Yeah.
radiant damage, and I would say even though it's a smite, there's no dazzling display of light. It's not like something that you're able to clearly say like this is radiant damage. Just you see when you do it and you call upon that power, you do more damage. This time though, when you do it, you almost hear like the screeching of almost like this creature couldn't speak. This creature was paralyzed, but you almost hear that screech, that like death throe of the man that you just slayed.
Mhm.
And you hear almost like a howling of a wolf in the distance. And then that howl turns into like almost like a guttural laugh, a very memorable laugh, that of Strahd himself.
Do we all hear this?
Only Rufus.
But I draw vigor from this, and I get 12. Let me just see. I get 12 hit points. My inspire and spite.
Sure.
Uh,
You steady yourself. You brace yourself from this, but
and Canas gets 10 hit points. But how many hit points are you down, Canas?
I'm down 12.
okay,
So
perfect.
you get 10 hit points back.
Wow.
As the
That's pretty
power of the
powerful.
Gwaindire Lord flows through my sword into you.
I'm a believer.
But like I said, like I described, Rufus, you do hear that in your head, and you wonder probably if other people heard it, but it's clear the low laughter of Strahd with the howl of the wolf in the back.
I disregard it.
Okay. All right, so that's the end of combat there. Or no, there's still the other druid, but at this point, I'll just roll to see if it makes its saving throw. And otherwise, you can do what you'd like with it. It's, the woman is tied up. Let's see here. What was your save?
The saving throw DC
I think it's probably 15, right? 15 or 16?
14.
Okay, I rolled a 17, so the druid will pass. She'll come to at the end of her turn and like gasp for air and look at the horrifying sight next to her as her companion is slain, cut in two, basically. But that's the end of her turn. So we go to the rest of the group. How do you want to handle this? She's tied up. She is restrained to the wine rack. She's fighting it. Obviously their wine bottles are dropping to the floor, cracking. But what do you do?
Who goes first? Casimir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd say we're
I
out of
will-
combat at this point, unless you want to
Yeah.
kill her or something like that.
Davian, is there anything you want to do with your guest?
Davian will come to human form, and he'll walk up to her, and he says, "Where is my gem?" And she looks at him, kind of horrified, but she speaks in Druidic, and he says, "I don't even know if they speak our language."
Does anyone know how to speak other languages? Perhaps.
Nope.
Definitely not druidic.
It doesn't matter. You can
As a
kill her if you'd
ritual.
like. She's useless at this point.
I
We've taken
agree.
back the manor.
Well, I do believe they had a lot of machinations in their repeated assaults on your place and where they have that gem. If you'd like, I can open up my mind to their language if you give me time.
Group?
Hey, yeah, if we got 10 minutes, let's do it. I kind of want to know what their plan was here.
So you want to
We're
cast speak
surrounded by
language?
hundreds of trees.
What could
I
you
think
cast?
we've got time.
What could you cast?
We're not coming in.
Understand
Comprehend languages.
comprehend languages?
Hmm.
Okay, so you cast it as a ritual. After 10 minutes or so, or whatever level spell it is, 11 minutes, whatever it is.
Yeah. As I'm like casting it as a ritual, people hear like whispers of different languages on the air as I'm doing so.
Can I check these wine bottles?
Sure.
Are they all empty?
They're not all empty. They are filled with wine. There's a few different ones. Purple grape mash, which is the standard one. There's a couple of bottles in here that you haven't seen before. A Champagne du l'Estampe,
Ooh.
which you haven't seen, and you've never seen champagne be offered in the vineyard here. And there's another one as well, the tantalizing Red Dragon Crush, which is also one that wasn't available when you were there in the Blue Water Inn. Would you like to take some?
Not without permission.
I was gonna say, Davian, you look over, he's like eyeing you. He's like, keep your hands where I can see him.
Davian, if we complete this mission of freeing your vineyard and perhaps collecting this gem that you seem to need, I'm certain that wine production will continue.
It will. In time. But she took my gem. And he looks at her now, and I say, at this point, Casimir, you can understand her language, and she speaks Druidic. And she's cursing at him, basically, saying that the gem is hers now. What do you say?
Does she seem to be motioning to herself when she says it's hers?
She kind of says it's ours, referring to her group, her enclave.
Okay, so it seems like she's understanding because she's staying on topic, right?
Yep.
Okay. I can't speak Druidic, but I can just understand.
You can
what she's
understand
saying.
it, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know that probably either. So
Okay.
Can I search the dead guy's clothing, see if it's in there?
he has nothing.
Check that
There's no
staff.
gemstone, but he does have that staff that I mentioned before.
Can I break it?
Whoa.
Yeah, it looks like honestly like sticks that are like bound together.
Like bashies?
Yeah,
Like
like with a
smash-
little twine at
Can I
certain
smash
points.
it on the floor and try and
Yeah.
break it? I
Easily.
might-
It's like it's a twig. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel
Yeah.
this will get rid of those things outside.
Okay, so you smash it.
Mhm.
When you do that, her eyes go wide, and you break the thing, and this sort of like wave of energy emanates. You know, like you almost see the waves going through the air, and she's like, "No!" And you hear in Druidic, she's like, "You fool! The vampire staff."
Well,
We all just hear her yell. We don't have any do what she says.
I don't
And you
know what
see her
she's saying.
yell, and only Casimir understands it.
Rufus,
She says that it's the vampire staff.
Rufus, don't go about breaking everyone's weapons whenever we kill them. They could
Rufus
be
is-
useful.
Rufus is throwing all the magic items away.
Yes, I'm.
Wait,
But-
the fire's staff like belongs to Strahd, possessive vampires, or vampire staff like the staff itself having vampiric qualities?
That's a
Jasmine,
great
how
question.
good is your comprehend languages syntax?
Possessive.
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 I believe it. In some way came from the vampire in her perception.
Well, if they're working with Strahd, let's kill her.
These evil weapons must be destroyed.
She says in Druidic, again, probably not. Well, actually, you're saying what she's saying right now, right? You're kind of translating. So she says, "You speak my tongue. Come here, speak to me face to face."
Who does she say it to? Casimir.
To Casimir, she calls out to him. She doesn't see you. I think you're behind the wine rack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll call you and says, "Come to see her. See me. Speak with me."
You can speak to me from here.
You can tell these fools that the gemstones are ours. They belong to Yester Hill now.
She says that the gems are theirs. They belong to Yester Hill now.
Oh,
And we have no use for her.
Kill me if you want, but our enclave and our army of blights, you'll never get that gemstone back. And these fools used it for...
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to tell us everything you know, and I'll cast suggestion on her?
Sure.
I think.
Let's
Hold on, let me
see.
see if comprehend languages is concentration.
Or do you need to understand the language for suggestion? Because you have to speak... Well, she understands common.
Okay, so I don't need to concentrate on comprehend languages, but suggestion says
She's going to pass your save, though, with a 16.
Oh, okay.
bummer.
Darn.
But it was cool thought, and she says, there's nothing else to tell. You'll never get it back. Our blight army is holding it. They used it to grow grapes. This power that they had. Fools, all of them. Kill me if you must. But I'll never say another word.
Rid ourselves of this.
No.
Despicable
Don't be
creature.
hasty. No,
Mhm.
stop. What are you growing at Yester Hill?
She says, I'll never tell you a thing.
Where is Yester Hill?
Well, it's just about south down the road, about 20 miles. No.
Davian, have you ever heard of this place?
I know Yester Hill. And Yevgeny and Zoldar say, well, we do too, but it's quite a ways. We'll never make it back in time, and nightfall is coming.
We could sleep here.
We could sleep here, but we have to make it back for the festival. Our presence will be noted. Or missed.
Or lack of?
Yes, the lack of presence will be noted. We're leaving early.
Well, perhaps we should root out anything else before we go to bed.
Sure. So, may I just expedite this just a moment?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you grab her or whatever you want to do. Take her with you or leave her down here. It's up to you. You can tell me
I think she's
another.
too
Yeah.
dangerous to be left alive, I would say.
Okay. Well,
So Rufus,
Rufus,
says.
if you want to end it, you can choose to end it.
I'll
I
go to
agree
do
with
it, and I'll
Rufus.
glance at everybody when I'm about to do it.
You don't want to bring her back to Valaki.
To what purpose?
Well, don't you think that even wicked, evil, dark things could be used for our purposes? And if that's what she is, maybe she could be of more use.
Perhaps at the festival, the people can cast their ire at her for the lack of wine.
That would be funny.
You could. She could pay for her crime.
If they want to get their wine so bad, and they need those gems, then don't you want Valaki to be at your back to go to Yester Hill and take it?
Speaking of wine, Davian, as a show of good faith for the work that we've done today, we will need to bring back a few of these bottles.
Understood. So you can decide what you'd like here. Davian's going to take you upstairs. You can take the druid with you, decide to execute her or bring her back for paying for these crimes, but you'll decide on that later. You bring you up, and
Yeah.
Davian explains the history here. These gems, there were 3 gems. Long ago, 10 years ago, his son, Erwin, was supposed to be on watch when one of them went missing. And that is why the champagne has not been in the region for nearly a decade. And that's when they had their falling out. Davian and Erwin had their falling out. About 2 weeks ago, like he had mentioned, those Scarecrow army came, and they took one of the gems, the Red Dragon Crush gem. And now this Blight army with the Druids came and took their Purple Grape Mash gem. Again, he calls them that, but the gems must have some sort of magical property. They help grow the grapes here. When they were implanted in the vineyard, they helped grow the grapes healthy without necessary drainage and all those things that we had discussed when we approached the vineyard. So without that, he's like, we're screwed. And as you get up to the top here, you look out of the window. You see it's dark now, but it's pretty clear. The blights are gone. Rufus, you look out and you see all of them scattered to the floor. They're in pieces, burned up. Some of them scattered, twigs, splintered, shards everywhere. Every single one of them, the large tree even, destroyed. It kind of looks like what happened to the staff when you snapped it. It kind of like exploded.
I was right to break it. It would have been a temptation for us to use it for evil.
Yep. And you look out at everything here, and I think the camera will ultimately pan out as the you can see a near full moon in the sky. Clear night. It's been a little rainy, but near full moon. Probably 2 more days, coinciding with the festival. 2 days until the Blazing Sun Festival and the Feast of St. Andrew, and you are here. Where will you go? To Yester Hill? Way far off to the south? Will you go back? More to find out next week on Tabletop Bob. Thank you for watching, everybody. Wow, look at this. Thank you for hopping on with us, YouTube chat here. We had a good chat tonight.
Cool.
We'll be back next week for another episode 16, and maybe some more updates. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow for Call of Cthulhu. Thank you to Jordan for stopping by. Check out Flutes Loot down below description. This has been the Wizard of the Wines, and some wine will be coming back, and we'll see what the group does next week. Anything else to say?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Like and subscribe. Hit the bell.
I know, I don't do that enough. Do all that stuff, everybody. Just do the like, the subscribe, the notifications, do all of it. Check out social media, and of course...
And check out Flutes Loot.
I said that already. That one I did plug. I did plug that one.
Replug.
Replug.
Thanks.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you on the tabletop. Bye.
Bye.
Slow for